And like that, we're back with another Unpacked presented to you by the To Be Fair Show and
the GSH podcast.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
even you. All right, we had a lot of panel emergencies, but we still coming. We pause. We a week off. So we couldn't take the full 2 weeks off. So me and G, we here at it to bring y'all a fun episode. The news has been stirring. The black world has been talking, and I guess everybody's trying to figure out should we still be participating in the black thing. Shout out to Rashad Bilal from Earn Your Leisure. I believe that he wasn't really feeling the commentary around Invest Fest. And he said, you know what? I'm not doing the black thing no more. Actually, I never was ever doing the black thing. And he's since issued an apology. I think he's chastised I.G. Hayes Jr. the third or something like that also in his way of doing this as well. But saying all that to say, should we still be on the black thing? We're gonna unpack it. We're gonna talk through it. We're gonna watch some videos. We're gonna look at some receipts. See if guys have been saying true to their words, if they ever was on the black thing. And speaking of black things, sometimes the black thing will give you 2 thumbs down. But before we get into that,
Oh man,
we have our guy G, host of the GH podcast. What's going on, brother?
not much. Hey man, we might just have to like pause the pause button because the black thing jokes can go so many different ways. Pause, but yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
Oh man, it's gonna get crazy. But nah, yo, what's good, everybody? It's G, host of the GSH podcast, where we focus on family, friends, finances, freedom, and our future. Forget about everything else. Check it out wherever you get your pods. Just search GSH POD. Hi. All
right. So with that said, we're gonna start off early with a clip. One of some might say our beloved, our most known sports analyst, Stephen A. Smith. He has been inside the news recently. Again, we've had a conversation about the black monolith. What is the black monolith? Does the black monolith exist? And some might say that he challenges that idea. Whether it's we need to stay off the weed or some of his political leanings. And with that said, it has put him in a situation where it's looking like maybe Black America, maybe some of the Black America, they're not necessarily too fond of him. And when people that are doing the black thing, pause, are not too fond of you, sometimes you may get an award. So he was presented with an award. I'll push play on it, then we'll talk about it.
Stephen A. Smith, sports analyst and political commentator. Smith has established a recurring public pattern of disparaging commentary directed at prominent black women across politics, sports, and media. Such commentary reinforces harmful narratives, undermines the fair and respectful representation of black women in public discourse, and stands in direct conflict with NABJ's longstanding commitment to accurate, responsible, and inclusive portrayals of Black communities. Stephen A. Smith.
Okay. We'll also listen to his response really quickly as well.
You are both of those things. But that in this day and age, you've got to pick a team, and your team would be Black people, and you should not criticize them.
Well, first of all, Black folks criticize each other all the time amongst family, amongst friends, or whatever. That's number one. Number two, it would matter to me more, Chris, if they said that. That's not what they said. They said I disparage Black women. I was raised by Black women. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I have 4 older sisters. What the hell are they talking about? There's no truth whatsoever. I own my own production company and my own YouTube channel. I employ 6 Black women. I have an accountant. I have a lawyer that are Black women. I have big upped and promoted and supported Black women all my life because they did it for me. So when you say that I am disparaging Black women, you need to back that up. And as an organization, the NABJ failed to do so. If you want to engage in politics and you want to say, we don't like the political tilt that you have to your commentary, well, that's a worthy discussion for a journalistic organization. But you're a journalistic organization that's supposed to be foundation, based on fact. And that's supposed to be your foundation, that and objectivity. And you were neither objective nor factual because they were wrong with what they were saying. They didn't have any facts, and they clearly weren't objective. And that was my point. And to give me that thumbs down 5 weeks before I'm to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And oh, by the way, a year removed, me taking a national television show like First Take for ESPN, back-to-back years in Chicago in 2024 and in Cleveland in 2025. Those years, both years, I took my show to the NABJ conference. Nobody, when have you seen a live national television show broadcasting live from a journalism convention? But that's what I did. Obviously, with the help of ESPN and the bosses like Dave Roberts and Burke Magnus and Jimmy Pitaro, they enabled that to happen. What are they talking about? This is not based in fact. And that's why I know for a fact that, you know what, you've got liberals out there that's in the ear of these people that facilitated them making this kind of position. And I'm calling them out for it because it makes no sense whatsoever. There's no truth to what they're claiming, and it's highly offensive. And I want the world to know that.
You are a Black journalist. You are both of those.
G, talk to us. What is your thoughts right now?
Man, as a fellow Winston-Salem State graduate, man, I hate to see they do a Black man that's successful doing this thing like this because I feel like it's shameful on the journalist organization to do what they did because it's definitely for like aura farming or whatever the kids call it. It's clearly for clout. It's like it those are some very hefty allegations or things to accuse someone of. And given his track record, like he don't have any legal issues that I'm aware of as it relates to women. Just some disagreements here and there. It's like really to frame somebody like that, essentially for that, I think what he's saying is spot on. It's the liberals. Like he's showing that potentially maybe he's like somewhat of a legitimate threat because the bigger system is taking little strategic steps here to try and knock him down amongst Black people. And they've been trying to spin this narrative for a little while. Kind of started with Kerry Champion some months back. I don't know if you remember that. Kerry Champion and Jamel Hill was talking about when he made the comments about Jasmine Crockett, and they tried to say, like, why don't you keep this same pressure for other people? But it's like Stephen A. has spazzed on all types of people, in my opinion, throughout his career. Like, said things about all types of people that he's apologized for or was just crazy over the line. So I think it's interesting that they chose to go this route, and I think it's shame on them. They trying to do Stephen A. dirty.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, So there's nothing that recently happened in this past year that would make it to where their claims would have any validity?
The most recent thing would be, I think, stuff that he said about Jasmine Crockett.
I don't even see that on here. So here's some of the examples that I got while wasting water. Serena Williams, he said that he had divorced her over the Kendrick Lamar halftime appearance. Rihanna, he said that she ain't Beyonce. The Ray Rice / domestic violence comments. This is probably the most serious controversy on the list. Discussing Ray Rice assaulting his then fiancee, Janae Palmer, Smith warned women about doing things that might provoke wrong actions. He told women, let's try to do our part in making sure that doesn't happen. That was 2014, though.
I said that was a long time ago. That's what I'm saying. He said bad things that
Jamel Hill, it says,
not aged
criticizing her
well.
approach during the Trump / ESPN controversy. When Jamel Hill became embroiled in the controversy after calling Donald Trump a white supremacist, Stephen A. publicly argued that journalists had to understand their responsibilities to their employer and suggest that attacking Trump meant we are stepping out of our lane. This becomes a more interesting hindsight because Stephen A.'s own career has expanded far past sports into politics, blah, 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 blah. Malika Andrews, the Ime Udoka confrontation. We have Carrie Champion. This is the most recent feud. It says, this is another important example. The former First Take host, Carrie Champion, criticized him, saying, in 2025, you should be ashamed of yourself, and emphasized that he helped her. Oh, my bad. He told her that. Smith said that she should be ashamed of herself, emphasizing that he helped her and other black commentators professionally behind the scenes. I don't know what the Carrie Champion issue was, but whatever.
She accused him of something like I said, I think she's the one that kind of sparked this recently in how she responded to him when he said something in relation to Jasmine Crockett. I just can't remember exactly what Carrie Champion said, but it kind of sparked this conversation around Stephen A. Smith being one way in public towards black women, in which he doesn't have that same type of smoke with other people. And so, I think a big part is just the fact that he's be on Fox News, and he'll be on and he'll be comfortable in these quote unquote independent spaces, and he doesn't necessarily like talk highly on liberals in Democratic Party overall. Like, he really hasn't been that complimentary. So, he's playing his own political game. I don't know what his end game is, but he's definitely picking up steam, and arguably this could be, if he's smart about it, this could be used to his advantage.
Okay. And I guess I was reading up on the Jasmine Crockett piece, but okay. So yeah, nonetheless, I guess I think that Stephen A. Smith, or I guess it's better to put like the NABJ inside like the hot seat of like the conversation, where I don't know, I think that it's kind of disgraceful, shameful, where in my opinion it doesn't seem like he there's not like a constant narrative of Stephen A. Smith doing crazy shit towards black women. I don't know it. I haven't heard of it. I didn't know that it was even like a real thing. Like, I guess I heard the whole thing with Charlamagne the God a few years ago. Like, there's people that they'll spin that are against black women. I didn't know that was like a real narrative. And then looking at this, this is now where we get in a bit of the black black monolith conversation. Where is it really because he's against black women, or because of, again, his views just aren't the most popular within what the media establishment deems black culture? And because I don't know, like I'm not necessarily, I know like it's really popular to hate Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith personally hasn't really said anything that has ever made me feel away. I can't say ever, but most recently hasn't made me feel away. I think that he used to drag on the Kyrie shit. I actually thought that he had a fair perspective on the Colin Kaepernick shit, but I'm also not inside the most popular of opinions on the Colin Kaepernick shit. But yeah, I think that it's what they call it, low hanging fruit, where he's somebody that it seems like whoever was in charge of making this decision deemed as unpopular within Black culture, and so was low hanging fruit to pull to give them the thumbs down. Even though I think that there's so many more journalists, especially when you look at like some right leaning journalists. Like to me, it's easy to give. His name used to be Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum. I think that like he's in the media space. He actually kowtows for white supremacists. He said that the Tulsa bombing was based off of the fact that Black people lost the fight. Like these are like journalists, quote unquote, that have.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know if that organization. I don't know what qualifies you as a journalist. But like, you know, actually like working for a newspaper, for example.
Okay, gotcha. I guess I branched it off to media
because he was like an actual columnist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But my thing is, I just feel like you could find worse people than him. And then a lot of it sounds like it's also still coming from when he's doing his podcast shit. And so I don't know. I just think that that is rough. I think that they were definitely reaching straws.
And it's like, and the other parts of that is like he said, at the end of the day, to his point, what other major broadcast is taking their show on the road to go live?
And that was the part that I wanted.
Your convention. Not just once, but 2 years in a row, and then the third year, the next year after, you give me the thumbs down. Like,
it's crazy. But then also
that's super crazy.
Stephen A. Smith goes to the HBCU.
Does HBCU tours? Yeah.
Like he goes to the actual basketball game. They broadcast from the Black basketball game. Like it's rough to say, especially like right now. And I can see when he was doing the stay off the weed, but he's did so much repair, quote unquote, to where his actions are almost intentional when it comes down to black college, Black media. And yeah, I do think that there's a space where there's a good point to be made where if you go against the established Black journalist, I guess coalition or whatever you want to call them, that they almost like put out like a witch hunt for you. And it kind of deals upon the lines of, like you said, liberal, conservative, Democrat. If you even entertain like the idea, and like with Stephen A., what I've seen most recently, when it comes down to his content, like he's just open for shit to be debatable. Like, so he'll have a person that's strong on the left, a person that's strong on the right.
Yeah, he want to do
first take. Moderate a political conversation.
He want to do first take. He literally taking his first take model to the political sphere. Because if you notice, even a lot of times on first take, especially when it's NFL season, that's all he do is kind of like just throw out the alleys and then take a position and like he's kind of mastered that form of media, and he's gonna run with it in the political side. I mean, and so far it's working. It's polarizing, but he knows from a media standpoint, polarizing, same thing as Trump. Polarization ultimately creates another side too. You know what I mean? It's gonna be people that don't rock with you, but it's gonna be a lot of people that do. And that polarization is ultimately what makes you a superstar when you in America. That's why the Cowboys are the Cowboys, the Lakers, the Lakers, the Yankees, Duke is Duke. You gotta have people purely like hate you to really like be at that elite level from a media perspective, and he's mastering it.
Yeah. I definitely get it. So yeah, I don't know if you have anything else on that. If not,
Nah, we can go next joint.
I think that did you have any? Was there any icebreakers that ran across your timeline that you wanted to talk about? Could have been Clarissa Shields, or it could have been the undercard. Could have been some NFL shit that happened. It could have been the Dennis Schroeder signing a trade.
So
talk to me, G.
all right, so this is all I'm saying about Schroeder is you got to look at what the team actually needs, and homeboy won't get no minutes on this team. Trey Man, he won't gonna get no minutes on this team. There was really no real time for him out there with his style of play. So you
Trey
insert,
Man, you don't think? I think that a 6-man that can heat it up, there's always value for it.
but
I think that Continental outplayed what they thought his rookie year was going to be.
Trey Man is unfortunately, like he's a 6-man that can heat up, but he's an undersized player. He's a very small player. He's a liability on defense. So he's got to be highly productive on offense, and he's not really, like I said, he's a nice player. So I don't want to disrespect him. So
I like when he plays. Like he had that injury last year that took him out for a while, but before, like not last year, the year before last. But what he was doing before then, I liked it. I like the culture aspect to him also.
Yeah, he cool. Yeah,
he's just a cool ass.
He cool. He cool. I agree, but he wasn't gonna play. You insert and you realize too they brought in like veteran bench players that was further gonna take away from his time. When you talk about Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal, established vets who gonna get minutes, and then you look at people who gonna take a leap like McNeely gonna take a leap. He gonna be getting more minutes this year.
He's too tall to take away his minutes.
But I'm just saying, these minutes, you can't have so many people on the court at one time. And so what they really needed was a solid, trusted, veteran backup point guard, like to solidify what they did. And Schroeder, like I said,
all right. So you're looking at him as a good backup point guard.
Yeah, he's a backup. He's a backup. Okay. He's gonna come in, maybe 15, 20 minutes a night.
Okay.
Play hard on defense, not be a liability on offense.
Yeah.
Solid minutes.
If we're just framing it in the idea of him being a backup.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it because but I don't even know. I think that the best framing. All right, we're gonna turn into a quick corner podcast real quick. I think we have to have a POV on what is the expectation for next year. And so if we're making a push to make the playoffs, right?
Playoffs.
In which, okay, maybe we're a playoff team. I don't know yet. Like I don't know. I think that we might have took a step backwards, and that's kind of what I'm judging it off of, like the totality of talent. But if we're not going to make the playoffs, then I think that you got to play Christian Anderson. You took him in the lottery, right?
So look, did you watch him in Summer League?
I didn't, but I didn't watch a lot of Summer League, but I know they didn't really play him at point guard either.
Yeah, so I think long term he will be the ultimate long term, but that's why you get Schroeder for a year because he kind of like he needs some time to get physically stronger, I think too. But I do agree long term you're gonna have to rock with that player. But I think picking up Schroeder gives you that insurance so that you don't have to rely on that unproven rookie to go in and play big minutes and you really try and make a playoff run. You see what I'm saying? Like you got real vets coming off the bench that can play and are accustomed to playing, alongside star players, knowing how to play roles. So I think the Hornets are gonna make a playoff push. And I think Naz Reid is gonna take a step where it's like, oh no, we didn't know Naz Reid was this nice. I think featuring Naz Reid alongside Miller and Khan, it's gonna be a very entertaining style of ball because all three of them are gonna be lighting it up, and And you know,
I don't even agree with that.
Reed be getting posters too. So it's like I think people are gonna be surprised at like
be getting posters.
Reed.
I don't. Yeah, most of what you're saying right here is like this is now where I pivot to.
So you telling me
much of anything?
Reed don't catch bodies? Pause.
Like Nas Reed, that's not what he's known for at all.
But he's capable, is what I'm saying. He's
like 7 foot almost. Like he's 6'10". Of course, he's capable of it. It's not like
he's athletic enough to where he.
Like you're not looking at him
catch him downhill.
Like when he's going to the rim.
If he's going downhill, you better eat your Wheaties, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Right, but that's because he's gonna give you body. He's not gonna like put you in the rim though.
But hey, look, see. A poster is a poster. Like
ain't nobody ever put a post like said somebody got posterized and they did a layup.
Nah, Nas Reed, you're not giving Nas Reed his proper respect.
This nigga G might be the most delusional Charlotte Hornets fan I've never encountered. No Charlotte.
I'm gonna pull the Nas Reed. Let me get the Nas Reed reel somewhere. So y'all
get it. Like I know Nas Reed. Like he was like one of the original Jelly Fam guys.
No, you're right. You're right.
Where like Nas Reed is known for having a skill set for a big, and like even like Jelly Fam, they didn't dunk on niggas. They did like cool layups, but like Nas Reed, he's cool. He can shoot the three. He's a good stretcher. Pause if applicable, but
No, I agree. That's not his main strength. I'm not saying it's his main strength.
I think that he's a third, fourth option. I think with the Hornets, our first option obviously going to be Brandon Miller. I think that Khan probably becomes second. I don't even know who. Hopefully he can give us 17. If he gives us 17, like people are happy. But my issue was that I don't think that we're a better team this year than last year. On paper or in real life.
Hey man, G saw that Shams alert that Schroeder got added to the team, instantly got in the sports chat and was like, "Yeah, that's the piece right there. We over the top."
Nah, y'all exaggerating. Y'all exaggerating.
He said that's the piece, guys. Lock it up. Lock it top 4 seed up.
All I said was I like the move. I like the move. But okay, so you telling me so
look, you having too much
Nah, here you go. Look in the chat. Just play the little clip in the chat. You telling me this is what I'm saying. Nas Reed is a capable athlete. And if he's going downhill, even against your best rim protector, he better be ready. Like that's all I'm saying.
You really,
hey, bro. Like, hey, it's recent. It's recent though. This is one of the best shot blockers in the league right here. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, no, he's tall. Like he's not jumping like that though.
I'm not saying the point that I'm making. I'm not making. I'm just saying he's capable. He's capable of finishing at all levels.
6'10".
But that's making my point.
No, I said that originally. What was your original point?
He's capable.
That's not what you used. You didn't say that he was capable.
I'm telling you, I never came here and said that was his best asset. I'm saying not only is he going to do that, he can also do this. He can do this.
Okay.
If he's getting downhill,
run the take back. He didn't
run it back.
Capable. I wouldn't push back on capable.
But
we all know that he's capable.
So what did I say?
I can't remember your exact framing, so I wouldn't requote.
So this is what I'm saying.
I can look it up. Look it back real quick. Do you want me to?
I never said anything that I'm not saying now. Is my point. I never made it out to be to say that he's a Zach LaVine.
You said poster. Get your posters.
He can get a poster. Like that's a poster. Is that not a poster?
I don't think that nobody thinks of Nas Reed and they think get your posters ready.
I didn't say you can. I said he can get you posters. That's what I said. He can get you posters. I'm not arguing you think of posters, but he can do it.
One of our guys, just go back and tell us what he said specifically. It'd have been probably around like the 25-minute mark. But I don't think that we don't have to stay on Nas Reed. What were we talking about? Oh, I ran down a couple things in the news. So outside of the Dennis Schroeder thing, is there any other icebreakers that you wanted to tap into? Maybe you enjoyed the Ray J fight with Orlando Brown. Maybe you enjoyed like the guys sending monkey memes inside the
thank you,
the chat.
Thank you, just for the record.
Oh yeah, he could get you he's not a guy that's gonna get you posters like that.
But he can get you posters. Exhibit A. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know why.
Like, what nigga in the league can't get you a poster?
There's plenty of niggas that that won't get you posters. There's plenty. There's plenty.
Who?
There's plenty.
Who? Every nigga in the league can dunk by like the 98th percentile.
But not over not with some physicality. That's not everybody. It's not everybody.
That wasn't with physicality. He did that on the break.
So there was no contact?
This was not a physical dunk, right?
So there was no contact trying to prevent him from getting to finish it.
Which one call it? He dunked on somebody. So yes, there probably was like a little bit of contact, but this wasn't a. Here goes. Sorry, right here. We'll watch it again.
This wasn't a poster.
No, I never said it wasn't a poster.
So that's my only point. He could get you a poster. Here you go, one right here.
It's not.
Like, what are you? And that's Gafford. That's Gafford. That's Daniel Gafford too. That's not like
it's another 6'10" footer.
He a 7-footer. That's Daniel Gafford.
But yeah, like I said, like this ain't something that Nas Reed does every game or every other game. And that's the point that I'm making, is that he's not gonna fill seats putting niggas on posters.
I'm not saying, but that's what I'm saying.
Like I said, like
I'm not making that claim though. I'm not making that claim.
If Nas Reed averages 17 points a game, I don't even know he could do that. If he could do that,
oh, he definitely gonna do that. He definitely gonna do that. He definitely gonna do that.
I'm not a believer yet.
How much did Bridges average last year?
I think Bridges has a better all-around game than him.
How much did Bridges
average? Like 20, 22, 23 in the league for multiple years.
But on like not winning anything, and like
he did it in the league.
A lot of niggas average 20 and then be out the league. Like a lot
of niggas be averaging 20 and out the league and not be old. What do you mean by that?
Like a Cam Thomas. Like you can put up buckets and average 20.
That's Cam Thomas. Now give me another name.
Off the top.
No. Cam Thomas is a very specific instance.
Kevin Porter was averaging close to
Porter. He's still in the league.
Barely.
But Kevin Porter is also barely in the league because he beat women.
But hey, look, so did Bridges. Hey, look, the point of it.
That's what they tell you about Bridges' talent then.
No, look, I'm not saying he's not talented, but he's definitely not a you talk about players moving the needle. His style of play has not contributed to any playoff wins at all.
It's because he's been on the Hornets. When him and LaMelo are both,
it's always so when the Hornets go to the playoffs this year, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
No, for sure. Like if they go to the playoffs, you said
they going.
But my thing is that when him and LaMelo are both healthy, they're a winning team. Like they've always been a winning team. It's just the fact that he got suspended for an extended period of time, and then LaMelo had like a couple different little injury stints. But anytime they've both been healthy, they've won a bunch. That's been the main issue.
Then that means it's availability is the best ability, and it ain't got it because
you gotta stop hitting them women. I get it.
If they won a bunch, but the team don't have a bunch of wins, then like I'm saying, something ain't balancing out. They couldn't have won much.
Like we're not saying this without context. We know that he was out the league for almost like a year and a half, almost 2, over the whole little case. Like we understand that.
But I mean, what about this past year? Like I said,
his availability was law. Like he's over it now, so whatever. But
you know, like you talk about fourth option. That's what Bridges is. He's a fourth, fifth option on a good team.
I agree. Same as Nas.
I think Nas is a 3. He could be a third option. I think he could be a great.
He might can show me this year. I'm not convinced. But yeah, nonetheless, I think that this is probably a good time for us to make some segues. We can segue into the main topic, and I think that would be a good spot to start it at. We'll start with a couple of these memes right here, and we'll move.
Money from the Black community to be accepted by white people. So they did whatever they could possibly do to get money from Black people so they could go to south of France, so they can go to Mykonos, so they can go to Rome, so they can go to Italy, so they can go to Paris, and they could drink champagne on yachts and wineries and vineyards. That's why I respect ISO Speed so much, because it's like it took 30 years for y'all to figure out that Africa is actually a continent. Y'all made all the money that you possibly can and just skipped right over a whole entire continent and went straight to Europe.
Yep.
And then celebrated it and then bragged about, yeah, you motherfuckers can't be here. You pieces of shit. You like, and then people are supported after that.
For sure.
They make the money from the Black community.
Right to Van Cleef, Versace, yep.
Have a bottle of $100,000 wine, and then make a rap video talking about you broke ass niggas. You can only go to South Beach while I'm in Mykonos, and then that goes platinum.
Messaging. I say it all the time. Do you really believe in empowering us if the first thing that you do is go spend your money on brands that don't support us? Some of y'all still wearing Gucci and Balenciaga right now. I'm judging the shit out you at Invest Fest, and if I see it in the crowd, I'm calling it out.
It was never about a Black thing. Let's see if we can get.
But like, how do you reverse shame? How do you criticize niggas for shaming niggas and then shame niggas like all in the same? Like, man, these niggas, man. Like,
and then he act like last Invest Fest he wasn't stunned on everybody because he had the full silk pajamas on and shit.
Oh, he went crazy.
He went crazy last year.
Hey, now, listen, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my wife actually like looked at the build up for that shit. And like we was trying to figure out what he was gonna wear, because he kept telling us like linens, expensive linens, and then a nigga pulled up in the pajama fit, and I tapped out. I ain't gonna lie, that was one of the moments I just was like, all right, it's time for me to tap out of this shit.
That nigga was like, this a 10,000 thread count Egyptian. This going right. He just went crazy on niggas last shit.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. All right, I'm gonna play this right here. Make sure I refresh it. Get it started.
Are the only people that are told money doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And Black people are at the lowest economic spectrum in America. So the people at the lowest economic spectrum are the only people that have gotten told forever, and apparently are still getting told money's not the answer. Money's not going to save you. Money is not, capitalism is not. We're in a capitalist society. My thing is this: what's the solution? If money's not the answer, then what is the answer? Because we tried everything else. So even when you say like community, well, they go hand in hand, because there is no community without economic development. This goes back to ancient Africa. You're talking about Kemet. These people had economic systems in place way before the Europeans did. Mansa Musa, the richest person in human history, the economic systems way before. Even if you bring it up to modern times, you're talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was based on an economic system and economic governance. You're talking about the Black Panther Party. You're talking about the Nation of Islam. You're talking about anything that had certain level of governance with Black people. The underlying tone of it was an economic empowerment.
Again,
this nigga strung together a whole list.
Nigga just throwing together contradictory shit, man.
Nigga strung together a whole list of shit.
He also was never on the Black shit. And so I guess probably now would be a good time to kind of speak about it. And which is interesting, because I believe that all this ended up being on the exact same
Same episode.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Same outfit. Yeah.
It's the same exact outfit. I didn't notice that until just now. That outfit is this outfit.
So wait, what does that other clip? That was a complete clip.
Oh no, you want me to finish it?
G, you gotta watch the whole Blackout episode. Buddy was just it was crazy. Ian was trying to shoot him some bail.
From who's just starting to come out the dark ages to say we need community. You can't have a community without money. I don't understand how people don't understand that now in 2026. How you gonna buy a home? How? That means that you're gonna be renting. They're gonna be raising your prices. The landlord's gonna come kick you out. Gentrification is going to happen. You don't have no control over your stores. People's gonna disrespect you when you come in. They're gonna sell bad food to you, do whatever they want to you. You have no banking, so you can't get a loan. You can't put your kid through school. You can't buy a car, buy a home. You can't start a business because they won't lend to you. You don't have enough money to actually eat properly. To
You're just saying the same thing in circles now. Okay.
All right. So I just wanted you asked for more of the clips. So.
Yeah.
All right. So now to go to the end of the episode.
It's like this every single week in Atlanta. You're an idiot for saying.
Oh, my bad. Here we go.
You know, even before the event, somebody was like, "We have events like this every single week in Atlanta." You're an idiot for saying that. You never did it. But I'm not even on the black thing no more. I never was on the black thing. Not a black event. Because I seen somebody else had said that, like, it was white people. Yeah, they're qualified to be there. Like, what do you mean? Like, you think I'm gonna cater just to black people just to get torn down by black people? You out of your fucking mind. There's gonna be even more white people next year. And Spanish, the Filipinos, of course. Like, I'm done. It's been real. Yeah. For what? The only thing you're gonna do is criticize it and tear it down. And not pay and want to get it for free anyway.
Rashad, if black people built this, we can't find backs on black people. People all inclusive.
People put labels on you that you yourself didn't put on yourself.
This nigga Ian trying to say this nigga too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly. It's not a black financial literacy conference. It's a business conference. It's one of the biggest business conferences in the world. Because that's how they minimize you also. Oh, this is one of the biggest black finance. No, what are you talking about? It's not a financial literacy conference. It's a business investing conference. It's not a black financial literacy investment community-based organization. No, don't compare it to any, no disrespect. It's not the NAACP community give back charity it's not. This shit's not funny when you still living in your mom's house at 35 years old. Joke's on you. Some of the dumbest things I've seen online even before the event, somebody was like, we have events like this every.
Hey man, Rashad is one contradictory character, man.
Yeah, he just be talking, man. And this nigga Ian was trying to save him too. He was like, try to save him. Q, you muted. This nigga Ian was trying to say this nigga, man, but damn.
Yeah. Troy, cool. Ian, cool. Rashad.
Listen, Troy is cool.
Troy's cool.
Ian can be cool.
Yeah, Ian. I think Ian didn't definitely change his persona a lot from when he first came out.
Yeah.
To where he moved more towards Troy persona than Rashad persona. But he used to be kind of like more like this kind of Rashad type character, as well. But I think
I ain't been on him. I ain't seen him.
I think people understand like that don't work. Like that only get you so far. Just kind of being like that bravado, braggy. That's whatever.
Yeah. Nah. Y'all.
But these niggas are interesting because I follow from the COVID days, and I remember
all some black shit.
I remember when they first went international. They first stop was in London, if I not remember correctly. It won't fucking they first international shit wasn't in Africa. I remember they first shit
I remember that. Yeah,
being in London, touching down, and them bragging about having fresh Burberry out of London. So it's like you can't be the niggas who basically like like let me get the words right. You're criticizing a character that you yourself want to embrace.
Yeah.
But
you have attempted to embrace multiple times.
Exactly. And now that you've been able to say make a little bit of paper, now you think you're doing better than those characters that you once wanted to be yourself, and you trying to like spin the narrative. It's like, don't act like you don't know where you came from. It's like at the end of the day, if you grow up in the streets, you go always respect the dope boy who set the tone for what Fresh was, because no matter how much bread you get, you know that was the first nigga you seen that had it, and it was like, you can't set like that nigga always was Fresh. It's like, so it's like, it just seems like they definitely are getting out of touch with where they really started, because these comments, or these clips rather, from the comments from the clips, is just like, it's a disconnect. It's a disconnect. And I thought this shit was financial literacy. Like I didn't know
that's
that.
what they had always been pushing for the longest.
You promoted financial literacy. Now all of a sudden it's something investment. It's like, nigga,
We've
like,
never been a financial literacy podcast.
What?
Listen, shout out to them. Listen, sometimes you can trick niggas. You can get niggas for sure. I'm gonna play a few responses. This is I guess from an Atlanta nigga, maybe.
And earn your leisure off the hook. You know, when you have an amazing event and you have 31,000 people there, and instead of expressing your gratitude, you come in and say it's not a black thing, it was never a black thing. That's disrespectful to not only the city of Atlanta, but the people who support you and the black business owners who give everything to be at InvestFest. People don't get all their money's worth all the time, and you and I both know that. And when you talk about nobody else could do this, everybody can do this. Anybody else can do this. It's so possible for you to do this. And I commend you for being first. But you got Isaac Hayes and all your friends who are going to sit back and defend you because you've exposed yourself as a sucker. You did that when you did that on the radio. And I was at InvestFest. I've been a part of InvestFest for years. I've been to the parties at InvestFest where all the real business gets done. You go to places with your friends, you put your friends on, and then when they get in trouble, you don't know what to say. And when you're not celebrated and cheered, you don't know what to say. We've been doing this in Atlanta. Elevating Black, Hunters Mastermind, National Black Business Conference, Power Networking Conference. We've been doing this. It's not new, okay? And we actually support people and build Black millionaires. So if you want to do a competition, you want to do dollars for dollars, how many Black economic dollars we're doing, we could talk. Because that's what we're about at Hunters Mastermind, Elevating Black. So InvestFest, Earn Your Leisure. My cousin got a great award there. He's a green jacket. I'm proud of you. It has increased our financial literacy. Great. But when you start talking about Black people, you need to watch it, because we were in there. You didn't have those Black people inside your booth. You didn't have them in the food court. You had them outside. We know how you really do things. We know who you really catering to. And now you didn't open your mouth and showed us all. So don't give them no pass. Don't let them come on Market Mondays and try to get it back. No, because you stand on what you said. You said what you said. Rashad and Earn Your Leisure off the hook.
All right, what's your
Rashad and Earn Your Leisure off the hook.
Do you know this I don't know. I
have no idea who this is.
I wish I knew what organization he was talking about, where he was like at the such and such, or like, we don't do that here in Atlanta. But look, he makes a good point. Like this, this idea of doing a in-person conference fest, like that's not a brand new business model. Like, it's existed for
that too. I ain't gonna lie.
Say what?
I don't know if you've seen the response. He said he dreamt that up, and that was his. Go ahead, keep going.
Look, ain't nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Is not so much what you do, but how it's done. That's a Nas bar, and it's like it's really at the end of the day, like how the gentleman said, there's been all types of different conferences with different themes, and yeah, sure, was this like the first, like, quote unquote, in Black? And that's the thing. It was definitely Black financial advice from Black business people and stuff like that. Like, so it definitely had a Black cultural element to the whole promotion and inception of the event. But these events have existed.
He usually brought on Black millionaires and billionaires.
Correct. Yeah. The
Like
panel.
Tyler Perry was one of his main ones. Steve Harvey was another one.
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson was another.
Like, I don't know if he had any.
Probably had 1 or 2 or 3, but the reality is that they built the shit off of. Now it almost sounds.
I don't
like
think he had Mark Cuban. You know, I don't think he had none of those. You know, other folks.
They had Jack Dorsey last year.
They had Jack Dorsey. Okay.
And they had I mean, look, this the thing. EYL have built a little buzz outside of the black space. I mean, they doing stuff with Investopedia, Robinhood. They got a lot of, you know, and you know, you start to think like,
do you think that Robinhood looks at them as almost a DEI?
I don't know. I think if we talking financial spaces, people are always looking for customers, man. And
right, but that's kind of my point.
And people
like Robinhood would be like almost ignorant to not want to do business with a group that has such a massive untapped market, which would be the black investor. For especially when we speak about like who their initial target audience was non-financially literate people learning during the pandemic when they was getting extra money how to invest. And so now we're talking about middle to lower class investors. I'm sure Robinhood would love to, you know, rape them for their money too.
Yeah, I agree. But you know, it definitely is transaction because the whole point of going on there is because the customer you're trying to reach probably wouldn't trust you without that intermediary of EYL. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think because I think they confusing that these people want them with these people actually want your audience, you know, that you like get, you know, like, and it's or Rashad anyway. I think the other two understand that like the audience is why the people gravitate towards them.
The leverage.
Yeah. Versus Rashad is like, nah, it's me. You know, I'm the reason. That's it.
That nigga said, who else put 19 keys on stage? I say, damn.
That shit. But they went live today. I was watching them live.
They was live earlier with 19 keys and
Van Lathan. I was watching it before y'all came on. Yeah.
Because I want to see and hear because I ain't gonna lie, my dog, and we about to get to it. We'll go clip by clip for a little bit. He did what y'all call him, Franklin something.
Oh, the Franklin Saint. He did his Franklin Saint monologue. I built this shit. Y'all niggas wouldn't be.
I ain't gonna lie, like I so my wife she watches all this. So I came into I was like, he wilding. Like when I got back home, I'm like, because I'm watching it on the ride back to the crib. It's like a good little 30-minute drive. So they were past that point, but it was still live yesterday. When I got off work, where it might have been close to like 9:15. And so I said, I'm gonna just listen to this on my ride back. And I'm like, as I'm driving, I'm like, this is the apology. Like he's wilding right now. And I guess saying that to say this is almost the perfect time not to filibuster, but to go to a bit of what he actually said when it mattered. And this is the address. They didn't really call it an apology, so I guess my bad for saying that. It says Rashad Bilal from Earn Your Leisure addresses his previous comments and critics of InvestFest. Says InvestFest will never be canceled. Let's listen.
Mayor situation to InvestFest.
Oh my bad. Do y'all want to touch the mayor situation?
This nigga Troy had to get on this one and was like, "Nah, I can't let you roll solo." He said, "You're not gonna fuck this one up."
I think the mayor part is the mayor part probably prior to because it do add another level of context to the thing.
Let's look at some of this mayor context that helps us. So it says Atlanta mayor fires off at Popular Podcast Earn Your Leisure in the Breakfast Club for saying the city of Atlanta doesn't support them like they do non-black companies.
Talking about this and that, people talk a lot. And a lot of folks saying, Atlanta had to snap back at anybody to say anything about Atlanta. That's right. And so here we are standing in the Marriott Marquis that's led by a black woman. Standing in the Marriott Marquis led by a black woman. The second largest convention center in the state of Georgia is the building that we're standing in. This city is substantial. This city is important. This city is consequential and it takes courage. So because of the work that y'all have done, because of the Stewart Foundation, the city of Atlanta is going to invest $50,000. Somebody said something on the radio in New York about Atlanta. Somebody was talking about.
Do you just keep it in Atlanta, kind of like how Essence just keeps it in New Orleans? Like, is it just one thing that it always stays there, or do you say, we take it to another city?
Its home has been Atlanta for obviously for the 6 years. We flirted with the idea just because the lack of support that we've gotten from the city of Atlanta has been something that has been puzzling. But we come from grassroots, so we know how to build things from the ground up.
What is Atlanta not doing to make sure they're comfortable?
Atlanta's done nothing for us, and it's an unfortunate situation, but it's one of these things. I think a lot of times when you're a black entrepreneur, a lot of things are just expected, like, oh, you got it, like, you good, or and it's like if somebody else would come, like a Forbes or somebody like that, then they'll roll out the red carpet and do everything. But this is good education, because it's like when you work with a city, there's a budget and there's different things that they can do.
Subsidies, municipalities.
So they can help put up billboards. They can help be a liaison with the center. They can help with the police force. They can help with the budget. They can help with
transportation.
Rooms. They can help with rooms at hotels. They can help with so many different things.
York.
Now we syndicated in 130 radio stations.
This is the Breakfast Club, nationally syndicated morning show. How many markets? 130 plus.
130 plus markets, and we're on it every morning in Atlanta. Salute to Atlanta.
And on Netflix, every morning globally. Okay, yeah, salute to 96.1 to beat in Atlanta. Come on now.
Yeah, well, I reached out.
That's just my ego.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. Once I saw that video, I was a little taken aback because the last I spoke to Earn Your Leisure.
Damn, why these niggas wearing both? All right,
which we brought back here into the show and also discussed. They were in conversations with the city and with the mayor's office, because there were people from the mayor's office in the comments of our social media when we posted that clip who, were saying, hey, if y'all want to talk, come have a conversation. Y'all went on one of the biggest platforms for us to talk, so let's finish the conversation. And Earn Your Leisure, I talked to the guys and they said that it's unfortunate he took this approach after we spoke to his team about creating solutions together going forward, but all good.
I think what the mayor of Atlanta did was whack. And this is the reason why I think it's whack, right? Salute to Mayor Andre Dickens. The reason it's whack is these brothers put on something that's great for the community, right? And they get tens and thousands of people, 20,000 people, and they continue to do it. And all they asked for was just a little help, like a lot of these other corporations get, right? If no other corporations got help, if no other, now we syndicated in 130 radio stations.
This is the Breakfast Club, nationally.
All right, what is y'all initial thoughts?
So I the one thing I can't, it's tough for me to say is I don't know what money from the InvestFest event was pledged to or granted to black entrepreneurs. I don't know if they got any sort of where we giving out XYZ money as a result of this. So I don't know if that exists.
I got you.
Yeah. If it exists, that would be, great for them. But, that's an interesting thing to highlight. Now, I don't know where InvestFest took place, but the way the mayor was talking sounded like it didn't take place somewhere where it could have been under like black-owned support. So it's like, because he's like, this place is owned by such and such. So it's like maybe they did it. InvestFest did it somewhere else
center in
Georgia.
Oh, that is like hell of a context. That went over my head. But that's great pickup, G.
Your video off too, Q. I don't know.
I'm fixing it. But yeah, great pickup.
But so I would need to figure out where InvestFest took place. But by the way the mayor was speaking on it made me think, okay, maybe they are doing business with like bigger corporations, maybe like a Marriott if they did it at a hotel, something like that, So I don't know, but. To be in a city like Atlanta 6 years and then to be like it's not a black thing is laughable. I'm sorry. Like, why else are you targeting Atlanta to do your event and you're based out of New York City? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hey, Quincy, you gotta join, dude. if Quincy said he was at Invest Fest.
All right, talk to Quincy. Call in.
Hey Quincy, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna drop the link. Quincy, man. You gotta call in. Hold up. Let me drop the link. But yeah, if you are doing an event 5+ years in a row in the city of Atlanta, you based out of New York City, you know how many stops there are between New York City and Atlanta to do an event? Why couldn't you get it? Why couldn't you get it going in DC? You know what I'm saying?
Too expensive.
I know, nigga, I know, but
that's what the mayor told him. The mayor was like, "Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Like Atlanta is kind of your perfect city to do it."
And that's where they can market to the locals to come out and fill the arena, because also too you can't do it you based out of New York, but you can't even get a little small something in New York to bring some people out. But to be able to do something at that scale, you got to be in the Southeast. So you basically looking at, like you said, either Charlotte, Atlanta, and they were able to make things work in Atlanta. It's like if they didn't go to Atlanta, them niggas would be in like Memphis. Respectfully, shout out to Fat Boy.
Hey, yo, damn, that's a hell of a downgrade, bro. To go from.
No, I mean, but for real, think about it. Like when you think about like cities in the Southeast that have like.
Wait, Steve, do you think that going from Atlanta to Charlotte would be a downgrade?
No.
Okay, I'm just wondering. I don't know outside perception.
No.
For Invest Fest, it would be though.
Explain.
The reason why is because
I think it'd almost make more sense.
I think it'd make more sense.
Y'all thinking too logically, and you give EYL too much credit. Do it make more sense because Charlotte is the financial district of the Southeast, outside of the East Coast, really outside of New York? Like,
play with us. We had CIAA.
Like, no, Charlotte is a financial hub of the Southeast, undisputably. Like,
and culturally, we had CIAA when it was turned.
Yeah, but here's the thing: EYL is an industry entity. They have industry relationships. So when you have Tyler Perry be a guest, and you have all these other quote unquote folks that are like, you know, Atlanta is just that Black Hollywood type of area where the cost it might get to bring on, like, if you get Tyler Perry to show up at your event and you're hosting in Atlanta, you're not paying for a first class flight. You're not paying for overnight stay. You just making sure he get there. You know what I'm saying? So in Atlanta is just one of those places where you got a lot of industry folks and influencers, whereas Charlotte is just not the same on that level. So if EYL, you want Atlanta.
Aren't going to be Tyler Perry, so they still got flying men.
That's true, but they probably gonna be in Atlanta anyway. Like I'm saying, it's just a more of a it's an easier ask because these Atlanta, like so many Black professionals are in and out of Atlanta on a regular basis. It's just the reality
that they would be looking to bring in. We talking about like poor entertainers.
That's how they make up a lot of their lineup though at Invest Fest. It just
I don't know. Speaking of making up the lineup, Quincy. Welcome to the
What's up, man?
show.
What's up, fellas?
Talk to us. You said that you was there. Who made up the lineup? And was it a Black thing?
Oh well, it definitely was a Black thing. I was surprised to see the handful of white people that I saw. Like it was, I mean, I could probably count on. Yeah, it was a hand. It wasn't even that many, to be real with you. Now, granted, I wasn't there all weekend. I went Friday for a couple hours around lunchtime, and then I went back on Sunday for about 4 hours. That was when Serena Williams did her speech, had her speech, and right before Serena, I watched Ian. Ian gave his presentation. He gave a lot of great information. And then I didn't see 19 Keys. I had to bounce, so I stayed till about 6:30ish, and then then I bounced. But it's at the Georgia World Congress Center. That's the main Congress Center that
is it white owned?
I mean state owned. I'm assuming somebody white owns it at the top. I'm not sure with Congress Centers if that's state federally owned or city owned. I'm not really sure. But it is the main convention center that we have in Atlanta. There's one more down by the airport. If it's the second biggest one.
Is that?
But
that's what it sounded like. So what G was saying is that it sounded like the mayor made a very distinct differentiation, where he said that right now we are at maybe he said I don't know what
He
the
said the
hotel
second biggest one in Georgia.
Yeah, but he said a hotel brand that was, he said that this hotel is owned by a black woman. This is also the second biggest convention center in the state of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like he was making that point to say that y'all are talking black and want help, but are going to like a white establishment.
I'm not really sure the context of that. I mean, what do you call the Breakfast Club the white establishment, or
no? He was talking about what they were doing,
like where they hosted the event, where Invest Fest was hosted, versus where the mayor was making his speech about donating $50,000 to whomever. He was basically trying to. It felt like he was trying to say like, okay, well, they could have done this here, but they didn't do this here. They went somewhere else, which probably wasn't owned by like the people they looking for support from.
Yes, like I said, I'm not sure if the Georgia World Congress Center is owned. I mean, I'm assuming it's owned.
This is the CEO of the World.
I'm not sure.
This is the CEO of the Georgia World Congress Center.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if he was implying that they should have had it maybe at one of the hotel conventions, I'm gonna be real with you, man. It was too big. It was too big for that. It was way too big for that. Even the what would you call it? Not the shopping area. I don't know why I'm slipping my mind. Where people set up the vendor booths. Mm-hmm. That area in itself was probably was too big just for your standard hotel ballroom or hotel banquet room or whatever. Because they had that was a big section, and then they had two stage sections. One was the main stage, one was the secondary stage, and the main stage was huge, and even the secondary stage was like ballroom. That was huge too. So, to my understanding, I believe this is their 6th year, and maybe the first 2 years, my homeboy who went with me, he's been going every year, and he told me about how small it was in the beginning. He's seen the growth. So maybe the first couple of years, maybe it would have fit in the hotel, but as big as it is now,
what you know about the Georgia International Convention Center in College Park?
Yeah, that's the one. Remember I mentioned it was the second one down by the airport. That's the one down by the airport.
So I think that's what they're talking about. So you saying that would be too small?
No. That's the one down by the airport. The one that it was hosted.
That's what they're talking about.
No, that wouldn't be too small. No, that's damn near just as big
the
as
governor said it. Yeah. Going by what the governor said, this would be what he's talking about.
Hold on. So a black woman owned the Georgia International.
Yo, can we run the clip back of the mayor just so everybody can hear it again?
Okay, yeah, for sure. I will do.
But yeah, it sounded like Quincy, you tell it because you got more context, like being down there.
That's right. And so here we are standing in the Marriott Marquis that's led by a black woman.
Marriott Marquis.
The second largest convention center in the state of Georgia is the building that we're standing in. This city is substantial. This city is important. This city is consequential and it takes care. So because of the work that y'all have done, because of the Stewart Foundation, the city of Atlanta is going to invest $50,000.
That was kind of good.
So is that Marquis Marriott attached to that convention center?
Yeah, that's what I was about to look up because when he said Marriott Marquis, the first thing that comes to mind, there is one downtown that a lot of people host events at, like 100 Black Men, Dragon Con, stuff like that. But even that Marriott, if he's speaking of the Marriott Marquis that I know of, that's too small. But if he's talking about the second largest one, I'm kind of confused on what he was saying because the Marriott Marquis that I know of, that's not the one. That's not anywhere. That's downtown, and the Georgia International Congress Center is down by the airport in College Park. So I'm not sure what he was speaking of. I'm not sure what he was implying, or even where he was at. So because if he was at the Marriott, that's too small. Maybe the first or second year, yeah, but yeah, because I was at the Marriott last year. I'm about to be there again in October. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm about to be there again in come Labor Day weekend for Dragon Con. So it's
The
big,
Dragon
but it's
Con, what's that? Cartoons?
yeah, it's pretty much like Comic Con, Marvel, anime, stuff like that. I take the kids. Kids go dress up.
Nah, the Discord don't like cartoons. I ain't gonna lie to you. They be calling people F words for the cartoons.
Man, they call me whatever they want. Hey, I enjoy my animation, so it is what it is. So, but yeah, but you was asking about did they donate money? They did. They actually did have. I'm butchering it because I was, I kind of tuned out because I wasn't going to participate. But they did have a pitch contest where you pitched an app or pitched a business, and then they contributed, X amount of dollars. I don't know if it was 250. I think it was 250, either 100,000 or 250.
Oh, okay, so they gave out some bread.
Yeah. So they definitely was contributing in the pitch contest. I mean, look, man, it has a bad rap. It's like what people say online about it being scam fest and all of that. It ain't like that. Well, let me tell you, I can't speak for everybody. from what I saw.
So is that like the popular narrative? I hadn't heard that about InvestFest, to be honest.
It started last year. I feel like last year they started trying to call it like a scam, like it ain't really about nothing. But I don't know. Quincy, you think it's been more than last year, or it started this year?
This is my first year following on what social media say. But it ain't, man. What I will say, what it is just from what I gather from my time down there.
Gotcha.
It's not really like a business professional, like a networking event of what would you say? Corporate workers. It's not a corporate worker fest. It's not that. It really is like an entrepreneurs. You starting your own business. You're trying to pitch. You're trying to network. Hey, what you good at? What I'm good at? Let's see if we can get together and link up and make something happen. It's more of an entrepreneur hustlers kind of thing. As far as like the vendors go and all of that. And honestly, most you run into, they was all entrepreneurs starting their own business. Everybody trying to pass out their cards and networking and all of that. The scam thing. I'm gonna tell you why I think the scam thing comes in, and then I close. Well, not close, but I end with this. I think the scam narrative comes from, for lack of better words, I don't think Black people really understand like how you really can make money with stocks and with investing. I think, and I'm saying that from a person who, before I got into it, it sounded like a scam to me. It sounded like, oh, you can't make that kind of money, right? Until I think it was 2020 when I got into it, and I saw a guy straight up make 40 G's in 15 minutes, and I'm not even joking. This was on option calls. So, and I'm gonna be real with you. And since then, I've been doing a little bit. You know what I mean? So even myself, but as far as options go over the years, I done made. I don't know if I made. Nah, I did. Over the years, I've definitely made more than 40 G's in option calls. But if you explain it to somebody up front, it sounds scammy. It don't sound real, because how can you make $1,000 in 2 minutes? You know what I mean? It just don't sound real. But it's 100% real, 100% real, and it's one of those things you got to see it to believe it. So I get why people kind of, their initial knee jerk is to say it's scammy and all of that stuff, but they just don't believe it. But it's like, dude, it's real. It's real. Investing is real.
So did you invest in a ticket to go to InvestFest, or how did you end up being able to like access the event and everything?
Oh, yeah. So look, I wasn't gonna pay $250 to go. I mean, I'm just being real with you.
Is that what the rate was? $250 to get in the door?
Yeah. I think the last minute tickets was $250. But when he made that comment about Atlanta on Breakfast Club, because I listen to him every Monday, right? So that following Monday, after everything blew up, I guess as a good gesture, he gave out 200 free tickets. So I jumped on it. Let me go and jump on and get my free ticket, and I sent it to the homies. And so that's how I wind up going.
Oh, word.
But I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said, the presentation that Ian gave, dude, that in itself. I mean, if somebody said pay $1,000 to listen to what the information he gave, I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth that. I mean, it definitely was worth $250. I mean, I'm taking screenshots, taking pictures. taking notes. I got notes, and this is all about investing. And I could tell that the information that he was sharing in that presentation, that's behind a paywall because he does have his own investment club, and I could tell that's information that's behind a paywall because I listen to him all the time, and a lot of that stuff he mentioned, he never mentioned it on the free show on YouTube. So like metrics and what sites to go to look at the health of stocks and stuff like that. He never mentioned that, as far as I know. I can't say I'm 100%. I say I'm like 80%. But
hey, Quincy, drop them links in the private chat, brother.
Oh, look! I got you. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna put it on the in the Discord. I'm gonna pull up my notes
links,
in there.
Brother, drop the links.
Yeah. Look, I get my notes and I put it on the Discord.
Word. Now,
Yep.
look,
Man.
I think Ian is one of the individuals on there who seemingly presents a little better over time with the EYL platform. But like you said, six years in Atlanta for them to say it's not a black thing. Like I'm curious, is the city talking any different about it? Is this feeling like it's going to be another year there, or you think like maybe this thing might have ran its course in Atlanta?
Nah, it'll be back. It'll be back because Ian has already apologized about it. The show that they had Monday night, he gave a whole apology about it. I mean,
wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's
not Ian.
Since
not
Monday.
Ian. Yeah. I'm sorry. Not Ian. It wasn't Ian that said it. Rashad. Rashad was the one that said it.
No.
And Rashad apologized.
All right. So next we're going to look at that wasn't an apology at all.
Okay. All right. I mean,
that's a good segue. Yeah, that's a good segue because we didn't watch that yet. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So Quincy, you watched it and thought it was an apology?
I took it as an apology. I get why they probably didn't.
He went Franklin Saint on him
on Monday.
He said, "I built this shit brick by brick."
Yeah, and then towards night he told
niggas that I apologize for you feeling hurt, and that was the only thing he ever apologized for.
Right, that's the first time he said it, and
which
then he
most
circled back.
Is not a real apology.
Right. Because I'm tuned in on what an apology is and how to listen for it. Right. So you're right. The first time he said it, when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, it ain't really an apology. The second time around, he did come back and he said specifically for the people tuning in, for my day ones, for my EYL people, So I mean, but look, I ain't gonna cape for him. I mean, he's a grown man. I mean, I'm gonna just say I took it as apology because he just don't seem like the type. The guy who always sitting next to him, he seemed like the type that'll kind of try to smooth it over,
He had to make sure that nigga Troy was like, "You not getting up here solo for this. Like, I'm gonna be on the call for this one. Like, you gonna say the right thing, and I'm gonna be right here beside you. And if anything go left, I'm gonna make sure we keep this thing back on track." He was on the call for that one.
And also on that Tuesday show, the point of that show is to kind of be like unfiltered. So it was just a bad
Thursday. Yeah, it's a Thursday show. Yeah.
Was that? I thought that was on Blackout. I thought that was on Blackout when he did that.
But Blackout is on.
I don't know what day that is, but it was. On
because it was on earlier. So it's Wednesdays. It's Wednesdays or Thursdays. Blackout was just on earlier.
Yeah. Whenever it's just Ian and Rashad, it's just like.
Yeah, I don't listen to Blackout as much.
Talking about what women say and shit.
Hey, can you run the like the 2x speed or can you not do the speed?
Oh yeah, I listen. That's how I listen to everything. Niggas want 2x. Pause. I got you.
Yes, it's been an eventful month. From the Atlanta mayor situation to InvestFest to post InvestFest, and here we are. We're gonna break this down. Surgical. InvestFest wouldn't be possible without Troy. He's added so much value. Without Mike, AB, Ian Dunlap, Matt Garland.
And y'all just let me know when y'all want to pause.
If it wasn't for those people, there would be no InvestFest. It wouldn't happen, right? It wouldn't happen at all. There would never be an InvestFest if it wasn't for the people that I just named and other people as well. But for me, InvestFest is a little different because everybody has their own relationship with InvestFest. InvestFest is something that is my idea, right? So it's a little different when you come up with an idea in your head and 6 years later, it's 30,000 people. Mm-hmm. That's a feeling that very few people could probably understand, right? So you carry it a little differently. And, I've heard people say like, yo, Rashad's crazy. potentially. But you got to be crazy to think that what you think in your head 6 years later can be a stadium with no outside funding, with no sponsorships, with no relationships, with no connections, with no
stadium
relationship, just the empowerment of the people and the support of everybody that's working day in and day out. So when InvestFest is really a labor of love. That's what people don't really fully understand. Like we promote InvestFest for 1 year. We already planning for next year now. We promote it for a year. We work on it for a year. This is all us. We don't take outside capital. Everything you see is us. So from a financial standpoint, this is important for people to understand. It makes no sense for us to do InvestFest. It's a lost leader. The amount of money that we make from InvestFest, right? To be candid, because Market Mondays, I owe you guys a conversation because you are actually family.
Yeah.
Me personally, I made more money on one Micron call than what I made for InvestFest. 10,000 hours, by the way. All of them. No, but it's important for people to understand. Okay. We're not making no money on InvestFest because it's a narrative that, well, you guys are just doing it. It's a grift. It's a money grab. There's a lot more easier ways for us to make money. We know how to make money. There's a lot more easier ways for us to make money online or just through stock investing, stock trading, than literally doing something for a year with little to no return. This is just a fact, right? But you know who does benefit from InvestFest? The 100 speakers that's put on stage, that speak in front of front of people that they've never had.
All right, let's pause right there. Let's pause right there.
Hey, that's some bullshit.
One third through. Okay, all right, talk to me, fellas.
He being a little disingenuous, because when you start talking about from a value perspective, like what you make off of what you spend, you know, it's a reason why companies spend XYZ on advertising budget, which drives traffic, which drives attention, etc.
Recognition, brand, everything.
Exactly. And whether you make your money off of the actual InvestFest event, or if you make your money off of the press that you're building up for that event and the press you're going to get after that event, and then the value you get from all the people who come, post, tag, talk, keep your name in social media going crazy, like it's a disingenuous position for anybody who, like you said, someone understands business. It's not so much that you use InvestFest as a direct thing to make money, but you do use it because it's highly valuable to your platform and what you got going on as an organization, as content creators. So I think that just, you know, to try and like start things off that way and frame as if like, oh, this ain't even worth our time, et cetera, et cetera. Because if that's really true, and you are as good as a business person as you present, you wouldn't do this shit 6 years in a row if it was worthless. That's just the reality of it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, the question I would ask him is, what is his value of relevancy? What's the value of relevancy to him?
But the way I look at it is he was talking this shit, you know, leading up to the quote unquote apology, right? But I think the way I viewed it is that, like, investing, and like if your primary means of income is trading stocks and, you know, doing that on a daily, especially if you're not at a firm, you're just sitting at the crib doing it, that in itself is isolating, right? So that's why you have so many people jumping on YouTube wanting to talk about it, because between 9:30 and 4 o'clock, you're pretty much watching the tickers, watching the symbols and stuff. So I think the way I looked at it was, people, it's isolating. So you want to have some sense of community. So that's why people always want to okay, I want to talk about it. Let me go share it with everybody else. But I don't think that he views him sharing it with other people as something that's actually nurturing him. But I think it is like you want community, you want something, because you're not going into a office every day talking to people. You're sitting at the crib, you know, trading and doing whatever you're doing between 9:30 and 4 o'clock. So like he don't, for lack of better words, he don't need to do anything outside of trading, because he kind of, from my understanding, that they real up as far as trading goes. So maybe he just feel like maybe he got it messed up thinking that he's doing this for us, when the truth is, nah, because if you was just fine, you know, making your money sitting in isolation, but you wanted some interaction and you know, talking to other people and building a community. So you need us you desire a community.
He want the status. I
think status, but also I think that scalability. Like, he can have more capital to be able to scale if he deals with us in general. To me, like that's the pander. And I think that it goes back to like one of those earlier clips that I played when it was talking about how the rapper panders to the consumer and then brags in their face. And then I look at Rashad and his 100 count linens or whatever it is, 1,000 count, 10,000 count, whatever this shit is. And I think it's the same thing. Even if we look at Blackout, and then we look at the conversations that they have, where it's like a date's not a date till if it's $500, some shit like that. Like they'll run these narratives that are counterproductive in my opinion.
Like 400 vendors that come to InvestFest that sell their products.
But yeah, keep going, fellas.
It was something I was gonna say, but I forgot. Y'all got it.
Sure, you can let the clip play for a little bit more.
I got it real quick. I think once you get a certain amount of money, for some people, having the money just ain't enough, right? Because if you got the money but nobody know who you are, so you still gotta pay. You still gotta pay full price for a booth or full price for whatever, and you feel like you up. No. Even though for a fact that you up more than most people, 10 times. It is something to be said about, damn, don't nobody know me, and when I want to go somewhere, I gotta pay face value because I ain't got a face card like that. So
Man, who would give a damn about that if they rich?
Some people, man, you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
look at Elon Musk.
Hey, what's that paid in full? What's that paid in full? When Mitch was talking, I just love the game, nigga. Like
if I leave, they still gonna love me.
Yeah, he's like, I just love the game, B.
Dude, yeah. look at Elon Musk. Look at Elon Musk. He could sit in the cut and just be a trillionaire, but he want to be out in the front. He want to jump out in the front.
Yeah, he the richest. Right now, social media has made billionaires throw away their empires for clout chasing.
But most billionaires, if we're being honest, like you don't get to that without an ego, without a part of you that wants to like be that quote unquote lion in the jungle. Like you don't become a billionaire without knocking heads off. Like it's a part of the game. And so like to that point, whatever his goal, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's sort of unraveling because I remember when EYL first became like a known thing on social media. Like this is relatively recent. Like it all happened during COVID. It's like I remember when all that came to be, and now you fast forward to today. These people who were just talking about financial literacy is important and this that is important and we're gonna do the now it's like, oh, we ain't never black, man. Y'all niggas always complaining, and it's like damn, like dude, like
yeah.
It's not the best look. It's not the best look. And I think it's more than just money. Like I said, I really do think this nigga Rashad specifically has like he just got an ego. He got an ego check problem. Like he wants to be, I don't want to say it's the Dame Dash thing, but he wants to be.
I think that to me, it seems Kanye, Dame Dash. I'm trying to think of somebody else to throw in there, but it seems like he's attempting to kind of like attached to that. I'm gonna push play on a little bit more as he dives more into it.
He think he's smarter than everybody.
With no commission. 30 food trucks that sell their food for the whole entire weekend to 30,000 people with no commission. The hospitality club owners, restaurant tours, the Uber drivers, the event planners, the security, the hotel staff, you name it. It's obvious that as an economic impact, it's 30,000 people. Obviously, 30,000 people didn't come from Atlanta. If you was at InvestFest, you met people from all over the world. And how they measure events is per day. So 30,000 people is really 90,000 people. That's a 90,000 person event, right? So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to say it hit a little differently when you're doing all of this. You're not really making no money. It's a labor of love. You discount tickets. You give tickets away. You discount vendor booths. You give vendor booths away. And you have to hear shit for 8 weeks about how it's a scam, about how we promote scammers. The day before InvestFest, there's a post that goes viral about the top 10 scammers that spoke at InvestFest. Nobody even took the time to even research that half of that list never even stepped foot in InvestFest ever. 5 people never even came to InvestFest ever. That's on the top 10 InvestFest speaker list. Two of those people have no idea why is Pinky Cole a scammer? Because she didn't succeed in business. She did succeed. She had $100 million valuation. It's ups and downs. Who did she scam? Rick Ross. So you have one person that spoke on a podcast stage, and then you have another person. I'm sorry, what Meek Mill say, lock him up if he ain't perfect. I'm sorry. We have 400 speakers throughout InvestFest history, and we had 2 people that are now in federal indictments. Is that my fault? Is that Troy's fault? Oh, we didn't properly vet. How could you properly?
You stopped it? Oh, here anymore.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if my shit froze or what.
Oh, Q froze. I think his computer, his internet, maybe.
Yeah, this nigga Q froze up.
Well, Q figuring that. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, Q, your shit froze up. Pause.
All right, my bad. Could y'all hear that?
Yeah, we heard most of it.
We didn't see it, but we heard it.
Oh, my bad. All right. My apologies. Here we go. Yeah. Give me 1 second to make sure that doesn't happen again.
I mean, everything he's saying don't sound spectacular. That just sounds like somebody who's in marketing, who's the marketing director of a business, and that's the job. That's the business. That's part of the promotion of the event is to give stuff away and discount it. I mean, I don't know what he's really saying.
And when you start talking about 30,000 people, man, you didn't have a bunch of people flying in from like people probably traveled from all over. I'm not gonna say people didn't come from out of town, but Atlanta's one of those places where like an event like this, you actually do get a lot of locals signing up because it's something to do in the area. Whereas like other places, you don't have that many people who would be wanting to or willing to go. That's one of the advantages of being in Atlanta is that you got a whole market of folks that's actually in driving distance to what you're offering.
That too, but it was a lot of people that flew in. Now I can't speak for the 30,000 people, but it was a good number of people that fly in.
People gonna travel for it for sure, but you also gonna meet a lot of niggas that's in Atlanta too. Like,
I mean, like Dreamville, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
I push for
98 people that we gave opportunity to, that we helped change their life. But accountability is very important. So I'm gonna get to that, but I wanted to paint the full picture because when you winning, a win always feel like you're losing. So to me, it don't feel like a win.
When you winning, that was the mission. Like when you win, he feel like you're winning.
People like, yo, you just came.
Which he is winning.
The narrative should be 30,000 people, and you're right. But it hit me a little different when I know the work that we all put in to help people, to help Black people, and to see negativity left and right on my timeline and people talking about, yo, I met this person at InvestFest and they took my website. Now we're responsible for attendees also, and to see people, and then I'm seeing people in the comments that I know personally that we help, that we put on the show, champion shit like this, narratives like that. At InvestFest, the day before InvestFest, it bothers me on a different level. And it's human nature. You know, you got 100 people that say they love you. The one person that comes up and says that he hates you, it's going to have a more vitriol response than 100 people that tell you that they love you. But
this nigga Ian trying to be so mature.
No matter how much hate we get, I know that the love is 10 times more. And that's my fault for focusing on negativity over positivity. So for this community, because I'm not talking to social media, I'm talking to the people that's been rocking with us from the beginning. That's Market Mondays. How it came out from the clip, very insensitive. And I know that it could be hurtful to somebody that's like, damn, I've been riding with y'all from the beginning. And how could you say this? So I understand how people could have taken that. And I really do want to say that if I hurt you in that commentary, I truly am sorry for that. Because that wasn't what it was for, and it's not who it's directed to. And like I said, that's something that I should do a better job of focusing on the love. But like I said, it hit a little different when you built it. Like, and it's like everybody's got commentary, but it's like it's a little different because we didn't raise money. So we don't take money, we make money. So everything that we put is on the line. So it's a little different when you put your own money on the line. We don't raise no money. We don't have outside investors. We ain't crowdfund for no money. I'm not knocking nobody that does that, but I'm just saying you gonna fight a little different for your shit when it's your child. When it's your child on trial, you're gonna fight a little different for it because you know that you built that from nothing. An impossible feat. It can never happen again. It can never happen again when we had 2 cell phones and we in a basement. And 8 years later, we got 30,000 people, and we never took money, and we never had no real financing behind us, and we never had no political connect, and we never had no real sponsorship. It's a little different. So when somebody try to tear that down for no reason, it hits you a little different. And that's my frustration. And it's like we don't talk about Black people because that's a nuanced conversation as well. But it hurts even more when you see Black people do it, because it's like you doing this. It don't got to be said that it's for Black people. You know it's for Black people. You already know that. And that's the part that people don't. I don't never have to say Black Earn Your Leisure, Black InvestFest. You already know what it is. You know you had you have a safe space when you come to InvestFest because you're Black. You know you got a safe space when you watch Market Mondays. We don't got to say it is what it is. Like I said, I ain't have to learn culture. I am culture. This is shit that we grew up in. We don't got to, like, you know what I'm saying, overemphasize, yo, this is the Black. No, this is what it is. This is what it is. Where I'm gonna go? Where I'm gonna run? Where I'm gonna run to? Who am I run to? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I run to? I'm not gonna get accepted nowhere. So it's like we're going down the soil before we bend the knee. Believe that. Because this shit really means something a little bit different to us.
All right, there's a part 2, but what is y'all thoughts on that?
I ain't mad at him. Look, the friend that put me on to it, I remember he told me about InvestFest maybe the first time,
All right,
the first
so
one.
Quincy, before you get into that, do you look at that as an apology?
No. But he is going to, somewhere down the line, he is going to circle back and say to the people to the family, the Market Monday family, he apologized to them.
That. I'll push play on this for a little bit then.
Because you don't never want to disrespect people that support you. And sometimes in your anger, you drag people into it that don't deserve it. And the people that watch Market Monday, they don't deserve it. People that watch Blackout, they don't deserve it. People that's been rocking with us from day one, they don't deserve it. But I just really want y'all to understand. Y'all talking like, yo, if you don't want to do InvestFest, we don't have to do InvestFest. It won't hurt us financially. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to brag, boast. I'm just completely being honest. It's going to hurt other people more than it hurts us. That's just a fact. If we have a $70 million economic impact, you obviously know if we don't do the event, it's going to hurt other people more than it hurts us. And that's when people are like, yo, he's anti-Black. We've done more for Black people than a lot of organizations. I will put us up against anybody. Over the course of the 8 years, we've highlighted 520 Black entrepreneurs. We don't got to say it's Black. We've highlighted 520 Black entrepreneurs that help change people's life.
With no back end ticket.
Over the course of the last 8 years, we made countless people millionaires from watching our show. That's a fact. For free information. We've opened up brokerage accounts. We've changed people's dynamics. We've made people buy homes. We've cleaned people's credit just from the free information that we provided on the show, and that's a fact. So you a political pundit or whatever, and I don't see anybody help. Like this, like, what have you done for Black people? That's what we've done for Black people. What have y'all done for Atlanta? That's what we did for Atlanta. In 3 days, we have more of an economic impact than some people have in their whole entire life. That is a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. That is a fact. So y'all saying, yo, he's anti-Black. How? All we did was help Black people from the beginning for free. All we did was help Black people. All we continue to do is help Black people with this extreme.
He's pointing out how he's been involved in the Black thing.
Be frustrated when you see Black people. Even this,
but like, it's his fault for saying that he never was on the Black thing. Like,
yeah, he the one that said it.
Like,
he said that.
And to me, like, that's the issue in the whole, like, this thing. Him saying that I apologize to the the Market Monday and the Blackout crowd, and not apologizing for saying I was never on the Black thing, while simultaneously only pointing out how he has marketed and pandered to the Black thing. It's crazy to me.
No accountability. He never said, look, man, I completely misspoke. He said, I can see how what I said could come off insensitive. Like, no, what I said was just not correct. Like, I misworded what I said. I shouldn't have said it that way. That was my fault. Like, I did not mean to say I don't do the Black thing. Pause. Like, no real accountability. That's why I was like, Quincy, this ain't really apology. This is just
no.
Mumble jumble.
The one line later on. The one line later on. Now everything in between, he just getting his shit off. But the one line, it was a line later on. Now, okay, I guess maybe that could be considered an apology. But right now, he just letting it ride right now.
I'm gonna push play. We're gonna see if we're gonna get to it.
To start commentating when I said something about something else that went viral. That's what got the attention. Right now, we got 7,800 people in here. It's the most people we had all year. We've been giving information for free all year. It took 7,800 people to come when we talking about some bullshit. That's why I wore this t-shirt. This t-shirt come from my iPhone. I made this t-shirt with my iPhone. This is our first logo. This is my emoji and Troy's emoji. I made it with my iPhone. This shit really from the ground up. This shit really from the ground up, like for real. Like, I don't think like people fully understand. Like this shit built from the ground up. So it's gonna hit a little different when somebody's talking some bullshit. You're gonna fight a little bit different. You're gonna get a little. They're like, you're too emotional. Yeah, because it means a little bit more to me.
Baby. Yeah.
It means a little bit more to me. And that's the part
that
you're
trying to help this nigga.
If you haven't built something, it's gonna be hard for you to understand. You're gonna be able to let it go. You're gonna be able to let people throw dirt on your name. You're gonna be able to let people tarnish your shit because it don't mean nothing to you. It's outside capital. It's other people's investments. But when you put your own money up in your own time, it's gonna feel a little different. And the last thing I'll say is like this. As far as like when you say the Black thing, that's why, like I said, we don't never got to say that we Black anything. We've done more for our community than I would argue mostly anybody. That's a fact. Because we did the most important thing and made people money. I know somebody that tried to call one of my friends and tell him like, yo, you need to get, he said, yo, I don't care what you tell me, they made me $2 million. It's going to be hard for me to ever go against the bros because they literally made me $2 million. That was his response. So I'm looking at it like this. It's hard to communicate some things, but they minimize things by language. So when they say, oh, this is the biggest Black financial literacy event, what does that even mean? You segmented it in so many different categories that it doesn't mean anything anymore. Say what it is. It's one of the biggest business events in the world, because that's what it is. Now that's a different level of credibility. Now that's a different level of sponsorship. Now that's a different level of growth. When it becomes, how it is now as an influencer event, it's a feel-good community event, then it goes on social, it goes viral, it's good for the moment. Nah, and that's another thing. I'm not happy with 30,000 because I want more. Mm-hmm. And it's not, I want more.
So yeah, let's pause right there. Let's pause right there.
Hey, man. This nigga Rashad, man.
He's snapping, man. He's snapping.
So you telling me it's not an influencer event?
Oh no, dude, it was cameras out. It was them little selfie sticks. They was all over the place, bro. No,
I need to look at the list of everybody that's there. I'm not gonna say that they don't have, credible people, et cetera, but like their lineup of guests at InvestFest, in my opinion, has traditionally always been, like I said, of the industry adjacent people. Like, you're not lining up this conference with a bunch of JP Morgan executives or Goldman Sachs executives. Or
your boy, what's your boy Morgan and Morgan? The guy the one that run that the owner, the Morgan guy from Morgan and Morgan, he was there.
Again, you're not lining it up with a bunch of executives at these. I respectfully, what's Morgan and Morgan?
You don't hear the commercials? You don't hear commercials?
No, we don't get those.
What's Morgan and Morgan? Is it a
that's
lawyer?
It's a lawyer firm or something, like one of the biggest lawyer firms in the country.
They're asset manager.
Yeah, something like that.
Morgan and Morgan is an asset managing company. So like think of it like not to the level of BlackRock, but they manage people pensions, they manage government money, retirement.
And so I guess my point is
a law firm.
If you line up InvestFest with a bunch of Morgan and Morgan niggas and want to talk like this, I'd be more inclined to be like, yeah, y'all did build it on just like business acumen and folks in the industry that's not like famous, etc. But like people pay that premium to go to InvestFest because you have quote unquote influencers. That's why you pay a premium.
But it is a mix of the cultural. Nobody would go if the cultural aspect wasn't a part of it from jump. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole.
Yeah.
Like, Steve. I mean, you had Steve Harvey and Tyler Perry. Them been two of your biggest main pieces. But what the fuck are they really gonna tell us about financial literacy, man? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. Troy and Rashad had spent 2 years telling us why we should listen to Steve Harvey.
I mean, but come on, like here's the thing, right? So if we gonna have another conversation, right? We talk about blacks and financial and business, but how many of these people are in sports and entertainment? Serena, Steve Harvey,
he going crazy.
Nick Cannon. All right, so somebody, Lisa Seymour, she's a founder. Million Harris, founder of something. You got Troy. So that's the top line. That's the top line. So three out of the 5 top line are just entertainers and sports people. Then you go to the second line. You got Troy, Rashad, Ian, 19 Keys, and an executive director, but respectfully of something called Young Executive LLC. Respectfully, I'm just saying respectfully.
Not the filler spot.
I'm just saying respectfully. You coming in, so then the third line, Vic Mensa, Keith Lee.
Keith
Lee, my nigga.
I know. No, I didn't. Like I said, I bounced. I ain't see them.
Now, but I do see they got a president, CEO of.
He got 20 million.
TIAA. This white guy. He's an influencer too. He be on social media all the time. This white guy. He rich as hell. He a rich lawyer out of Florida.
Yeah,
I know this guy. Yeah,
I think he the owner of some.
He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire lawyer out of Florida who built the business. So okay, but he's an influencer himself. He's not like a. You know what I'm saying? He's a self-made billionaire. And then you go to the next line. Okay, you got Lala Anthony, Joey Badass. Like, So I'm just saying, man.
They
Respectfully,
had Joey Badass on Market Monday.
Man, and then the next line: Jim Jones, Van Lathan, Terrence J. Like, come on, man. Like, we know why.
These black folk.
Like, come on,
These
man.
are the only niggas that niggas care about.
Exactly.
Or even have a reference point to.
Exactly. Do they have they do got a mix of business owners and stuff like that, but
Jay,
come on, man,
or whatever
Yeah.
you were doing.
But they can't down like they can't sit up here and downplay the event like or try to downplay the influencer part of the event when like that's a main. I don't know if you want to say that's 50% of the what the event is about.
75.
Okay, G say 75% of the event. Like it is like a cultural event,
it's a networking event is what it is.
Where you, if you really want to get some business and search it out, then you can get it. But if you just coming there to have fun, go to the after party, then you can do that too.
It's a networking event. That's exactly what it is, in my opinion.
But to be real with y'all, man, like that is Atlanta, and that is just, I hate to say it, but to a certain degree, black culture, black American culture. I mean, you gonna have all of that in there because they also have.
You gotta be careful when you speak about black American culture. They'll call you the F word for sure.
Okay, well, what it is. Like they just had Render ATL here last week, and that was like pretty much straight up IT industry. Maybe one or two big names, but not really. But you have like Netflix, IT department folks coming through, infrastructure folks coming through. Like, but that's like a corporate, career kind of conference. Not InvestFest. I get what y'all saying. InvestFest, it's definitely an element of influencer in there. I'm 100%. It is. I saw it firsthand. It was selfie sticks all over the place. Everybody vlogging, everybody, jumping in on the gram and all that stuff. But like I said, it's like a hustlers convention, for lack of better words. It's not really it's not a corporate convention. You know what I mean? Like, like if y'all go to,
that's why I say it's a networking event. That's exactly why I say it's just a networking event, because it ain't really super business centered, but you can meet some business professionals, but you really just there more so to enjoy yourself.
Hey Quincy, let me ask you this: the hoes be out?
I'm married, bro. I'm married.
I'm talking about like colloquial hoes.
Oh yeah, they was out there. They was 100% out there.
Oh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. They were out there.
Hoes gotta invest too, man.
Hey,
Hey. Oh, but look, but on the website they got the nightlife schedule. InvestFest After Dark.
Yeah, they had like a black tie, and they had like a single
right there. My Troy went to sleep.
Yeah,
Man.
Troy went on back to his wife, man. Yeah,
Friday night rooftop after party with the Chat GPT graphic.
Troy is a solid dude. I ain't gonna like, he's the only one that I wouldn't put no sweat on.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Rashad actually tall. He probably about 6'2", and Ian is short. I always thought Ian was taller than Rashad for some reason.
Rashad played basketball.
I didn't even. Well, I only know.
I have a skewed view. Yeah.
6'2" is tall.
You're right. I can walk that back. I got to.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. Like
So that mean you short. You probably 5'10".
No. I'm 6 foot even, baby. I've been there since 8th grade.
Ain't nobody fucking 6 foot even, bro.
Max Prep.
Ain't no nigga 6 foot even. It's either you 5'11" or you 6'1", nigga. Ain't no 6 foot.
Dude, I was trying to get the one.
If you gonna commit to the 6 foot, tell people
we can't call niggas 5'10" short. Like let's just relax for a second.
If you gonna commit to 6 foot, just tell people you 6'1", bro.
Nobody like, there are real, there's a such thing as really short niggas, pause. Like,
right, but you said really short. You got
5'10". Nobody reasonably would be like, oh, this nigga 5'10" is in short. Nobody would say that.
5'10" is average.
5'10" is a regular height nigga, man.
Well, Steve is also 5'10".
5'10" is a regular height nigga.
I'm 5'11".
That works.
I tell people I'm 5'11".
Then I think you 5'9", Steve.
Yeah, Steve 5'8".
Yeah, nah, nigga, I ain't 5'8" now. Put some respect on my name.
A short nigga is like 5'8" and below. Pause.
No, I think 5'10" still get it done.
Nah, 5'10",
5'10",
5'10" and up.
POV.
5'10" ain't short. I can speak from experience here. 5'10" is definitely gonna get it done in the positives.
Yeah, 5'10" straight.
So G, a nigga that until
only bitch you can't fuck with is 6'10" and you probably or 6 feet and you probably don't want her no way.
So a nigga or a bitch, female, have they called you tall?
Nobody's ever called me quote unquote tall, but I've never been called short.
Okay, so they'll be like, you a good height.
Nobody even. That's the thing. Like I'm just a handsome nigga, so they don't really focus on my height. It's like, damn, nigga, you handsome. That's really what I hear.
That's what is it.
That's usually all I hear. Yeah, damn, you very handsome.
That nigga G.
That's really all I hear. Yeah, it's like that's all I
Hey, shout out to Rashad Bilal. We done found the unpacked version of him.
Oh wow.
G got the all right. We love it.
Hey, look.
Now, did y'all watch Pocket Watching with JT? It's like a financial.
My bad. So I'm familiar, and I know he hate them niggas.
So hey, bro. So tell me why one year this dude JT was on vacation in LA, and that nigga Rashad pulled up on him. I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was stalking him online or what. Because what's the coincidence? JT just some brand. I mean, if you put it in the perspective of like he big in his little space of YouTube, but he not that big where EYL niggas should be popping up on this nigga while he on vacation with his family,
I don't know,
bro.
because EYL wasn't that big when that happened.
Okay, you might be right, but bro, they popped up on Buddy in LA with his old lady, bro. It was on camera and everything, and Rashad tried to fight him.
I seen it.
And JT was like, I mean, this is what we got to do.
Rashad lady was about to fight.
No, Rashad, the dude, the YouTuber Rashad got into it with. He was on vacation with his wife.
Oh.
And Rashad and them ran into him like in downtown LA. And it's on video. Like, you know, Rashad, like, man, I've been waiting to see you. And then they thought JT was like a little punk. Because if you see him, you'd be like, man, this a punk ass nigga, you know. But that nigga like all-state wrestler type shit. So he was like, he was ready. Like he was ready to go too. Like, and I was like, yeah, that's when I knew Rashad. That's when I knew Rashad
that's the
was
worst nigga you hate to sneak is an all-state wrestler, boy. He gonna have your ass fucked up, boy.
That's when I knew that nigga Rashad was just really just like y'all say, ego to pull up on somebody while they're on vacation with their old lady. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Rashad, earn your leisure. What? My bad. I'm trying to find a clip.
with JT, Rashad fight JT pocket watcher.
I also wanted. They never really talked about it, but you know, Wall Street Trapper was fucking with EYL, and then all of a sudden they stopped fucking with each other. And I was like, damn, I thought that was I feel like it's got to be Rashad. I feel like it's got to be because like why else did that not work?
I think because just from my understanding of it, Rashad want people that he feel like he made to like, I ain't gonna say worship him. Well,
nigga, he said that shit about Isaac Hayes, and I was like, damn.
What exactly did he say about Isaac Hayes?
All right, let's push play on this a little bit, and then I'm sure it's gonna get to it. Can't be too far into it. And like my bad. I got it. This nigga is wow. All right, so my bad, fellas. I'm trying to find it. Y'all can keep going for a second. I'm gonna pull it up.
But you know, that's what the investment dudes beef too, man. Because it's Wall Street Trapper versus Aristotle versus like it's just like, what are y'all beefing for, bro? All of y'all allegedly got millions of dollars And they up here talking about, nigga, put an options chain up. Let me see what you did.
Well, no, they go crazy. All right, I'm back to it. Pause.
Put your P&L up for the week. Put your
post your P. That milking. So y'all don't understand. It's not even about us. When we have a different lens, this whole shit is going to change. That's the part that's dangerous.
My bad.
Being called a financial literacy event for Black people that's in the Southeast, that's not dangerous. Even the word financial literacy is a dangerous word because they use that as a connotation of charity, of people that are not educated, of people that's like, oh, this is just community give back. No, call it what it is.
Nigga, you use that.
And it's economics and it's investing. We playing at the highest level possible. That's how we playing it. And everybody not gonna understand your vision. And that's fine. And like I said, maybe I am crazy, but I gotta be crazy to think about some shit that's gonna turn into something like that 6 years later. So fuck it. Roll the dice because we've been rolling the dice our whole life anyway. So yeah, I'm not happy with 30,000 people. I want
Quincy, hell of an apology. Fuck it. That's what he said.
I want it to be regarded as the World Economic Forum. I want it to be regarded as the Milken Conference. That's when you're gonna see the entrepreneurs really walking out of there with $5 million because all the hedge funds gotta come there. They don't look at it like that right now.
You're trying to be the milk conference.
And the more y'all tear it down, the more you're hurting your own ecosystem. Because y'all talking about all this black. Nobody put 19 keys on stage except for us. That's a fact. Nobody.
Hey, who is 19 keys
on stage except for us? That is a fact.
Listen,
hey, hold up, man. To leave with that is crazy. To leave with that is crazy.
Low key, that's kind of disrespectful to 19 like that too. Like nigga, you ain't shit without me.
Nobody put 19 keys on but me, nigga.
Crazy.
But it's like, bro,
what 19 keys do for the community but confuse them niggas, man?
Exactly. That nigga 19.
I'm not happy with 30,000 people. I want it to be regarded as the World Economic Forum. I want it to be regarded as the Milken Conference. That's when you're going to see the entrepreneurs really walking out of there with $5 million because all the hedge funds got to come there. They don't look at it like that right now. They don't. And the more y'all tear it down, the more you're hurting your own ecosystem because y'all talking about all this black. Nobody put 19 keys on stage except for us. That's a fact. Nobody put Queen of Four on stage except for us. That is a fact. Nobody's putting Yaki Awaken on stage except for us. That's a
all
fact.
these niggas that are.
Can we put a pause on it? Can we put a pause on it?
Ass niggas,
that Yaki nigga shouldn't be on stage. That nigga shouldn't be on stage.
Is that the nigga who is that one of the niggas who talk about women don't eat right and don't get periods?
Nah, that nigga Yaki. Oh yeah. I think that's Yaki. That
ain't
nigga,
one of them niggas that talk about if you just eat right vegetables, you don't have a period.
Yes.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
He got the short dreads and
come on,
the
man.
tattoo in the middle of his forehead.
These niggas can solve every fucking thing wrong with a human in the grocery store, nigga.
That nigga said you go home, you drink this herb.
This nigga don't need no science, nigga. All he need is a grocery store and a garden, nigga.
He said it'll get all the mucus. He said it'll get all the mucus out your body. I said, nigga, you need some mucus in your body, nigga. You gonna die.
That's one of the greatest market. Hey, the fact that this a community of niggas who think they gonna fix everything at the grocery store is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you,
bro.
Man.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. The sea moss pandemic that was so crazy in the black neighborhood.
Crazy. I ain't gonna
niggas was selling fake sea moss, nigga.
The sea moss pandemic went crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, sea moss went crazy.
Oh
right,
shit!
We keep it going. I'll push play.
These are niggas who scold you for eating broccoli
on our stage. We putting brothers on stage that would never get an opportunity ever in life. And shout out to Isaac Hayes. We spoke. You know, I had some issues with the commentary that he said because I felt like we helped him a lot. But he said something that was really insightful. He's like, "Yo, I never been on TechCrunch. I never been on." And I said, "What you been on Earn Your Leisure?" 8 times. 8 times between Blackout Market Mondays, Invest Fest, and Market and Earn Your Leisure. 8 times. Who put Spurgo on? Who put Miss Business? We seen her business grow. We grew together. That's a direct correlation. Ask her. Ask 19 Keys if you think. Ask him how many people book him. Ask him who set the booking rate for him.
Yo, his whole premise is like
$500,000 into black entrepreneurs within the last 2 years.
His whole premise is like, I heard what he said about Isaac Hayes, saying basically like he ain't never been on TechCrunch, but you've been on here 8 times, nigga. Like
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You cannot say shit about me because you've been on here 8 times.
Yeah,
he I did.
And this ain't no disrespect to him, but he kind of overestimating what EYL is. Like he acting like they the Breakfast Club or something. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
they own because of the Breakfast Club.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
y'all
respect to him, but you know.
That's what I'm saying. They leached off of culture to build their platform. They happen to network and get connected with the right folks that put them on these platforms that really push them to the mainstream, if you will. But when you look at, look, I say this respectfully, when you look at the traffic their content drives, it's not like they're doing crazy numbers with their content on YouTube. So the idea that they're bringing out 30,000, it just, I think, even further highlights that these people are coming for the influencer culture over the actual like quality value of what you're getting, say, from watching for free online, because what they're doing today is not what they were doing, say, 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube. It looks a lot different. You can't keep interviewing the same people. Like it just, things have changed. And it's like, I don't think people are tuning in to hear Rashad and Ian just go back and forth about random shit about their personal lives like that. And I think that's a, I don't say it's bothering them, but it's like I think they are struggling to figure out what is the next iteration of this thing going to look like, because the thing that they did to build the platform is not going to be the same thing that they do to sustain it and scale it moving forward. So they're in a regular place as it relates to businesses, but I think that's just where they are. They've sort of acknowledged their potential, realized their potential. They've cashed out. They've done some great things. But now it's like, what's that next stage? And I think that's where you hear this frustration coming from, is like a nigga who is frustrated by not being able to break through that next quote unquote glass ceiling.
If I may, and if it sounds like I got my cape on, then maybe I do. I do understand the notion of I haven't built anything that big, but if you built something, you and your people, like y'all G-Axis, right? Y'all been doing y'all thing for a couple of years with the podcast. Y'all got the show on Sunday. Y'all been grinding, and then say it's knock on wood, wish all the best and hope everything work out, right? And it pop off, right? Now y'all know who been here. Old man, Steve, even Kamu, even Kamu. You know what I mean? Y'all know, who been here for a long time. But say 4 or 5 years from now, it blow up, and everybody that's running their mouth, y'all know for a fact them folks ain't never called into a show and contributed. They just showed up just to talk shit. Y'all want to feel some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? Like you only hear it. You ain't. We ain't never seen you in the chat. We ain't never heard from you. But as soon as we get to a certain level, everybody got something to say now. I get from that aspect. I understand the frustration.
I would say that, Quincy, that's par for the course for anything.
Yeah, that's what you sign up for.
That is of a thing. So,
but y'all still tell them shut the fuck up though.
I might play into it because like we were saying earlier, you gotta have that heel.
Tell niggas to shut the fuck up, and but like we actually just had like a science experiment recently with it. Like that's not necessarily my lane. Like to me, I can enjoy a good conversation. I can enjoy a good perspective, but yeah, I ain't really gonna run down the shut the fuck up shit on you. But I bet, damn, you were somewhere interested inside this conversation.
But like so the idea of like if somebody roll up new to the platform, start tearing it down.
Oh, but the thing is that like right now we on multiple broadcasts at multiple times. If you look at the chat, sometimes we will just get trolls in the chat. The chat can be filled with like Cyrus X97235, and then they're saying the most trollish shit. Hey, look, it's 5 monkeys with mustaches on or beards and shit. Like they'll say the craziest shit, but none of that necessarily triggers us because of we don't look at it as being the core group. And like if for example, Quincy, if you said that, then it's like, damn. That shit hit a little different. Like it's a nigga that we done said on after shows and during the show.
Nobody put Quincy on this panel but us.
Yeah.
Nobody else put Quincy on the live.
Yeah.
We did that.
Bro, that nigga Rashad was that shit so funny,
like,
man.
The thing is, and I say this like in all honesty, if I had a platform at the scale in which they have, I would be very like, I would be more of a Stephen A than anything else. I'm leaning into these lines because I understand what drives the
Right.
business, if you
I agree
will.
with that.
I'm gonna say, oh, this is what y'all think. Let me lean into this and create a positive discussion and put myself in a positive light in a way that I got control over, say, how this is going versus just going on some shit and just like seemingly having a stream of thought that just is like just off the top of the dome without really any real strategic thought or vision of what's to come next. Like,
But
they're
see,
too
that's what-
big of a platform to not understand the stakes at play here, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's why I put that on Troy. I put that on Troy Ian. They should have been the ones to jump in and reel him in a little bit.
They
Something.
tried. Oh no, not on here. On here they letting them go. On here they letting them go. They letting them
I
rock.
also think that they probably tried that before, and Rashad is just like, you could just tell a nigga with too big of an ego.
And he might be the nigga like you know, every quote unquote like group dynamic like this, there's roles.
He talking like he got most of the equity in
he the
EYL.
guy. Yeah, he's the head of the snake. Pause.
Yeah,
he's the tip of the spear. He's the guy that's ultimately, I'm at the forefront of this. Everybody is a team, but like when we sit at the table, y'all know I'm at the head of this table, so to speak. And he's talking like that. And Troy and Ian respectfully are acknowledging that position.
Yeah.
Now, is that true? Is that true? Because I don't know.
That seems like the dynamic.
By the behavior.
Like the story is that him and Troy started it together, but I don't know.
When it come to putting up all the money to record, who know who had what? And he's like, all right, man, well, if this what we doing, this shit could be 90%
Like he
his.
told you, I made this shit on my iPhone, nigga. My emoji, nigga.
That's
First
what he
t-shirt
said.
out the gate, nigga.
What's
From the
crazy
ground up.
is
That's why I wore this shirt.
for him
And
to
that-
say this not a financial literacy thing when all we know y'all for is financial literacy, bro.
Saying it's not fiduciary advice, but this is a financial literacy podcast.
And it's unfortunate for him to talk down on financial literacy after building it off of
that's
financial.
crazy too.
He actually talked down on it. He was like,
That is crazy.
That's just some to downplay what you do and like, nigga, you came out the gate as this.
He said that's charity. He said teaching financial literacy is charity.
But that's why I say they struggling to break through the glass ceiling. They created something. They created something that has value, but now as they take that value out to the market based off of how they branded it and did it themselves, they pegged themselves in a hole in which they realized.
Pause.
Wait.
Pause.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah.
So now I guess to circle back to the actual topic. So is this him almost signaling that it's reached the ceiling and it's time for him to get rid of the black thing?
He's trying to figure out how to get to that next level.
He's doing what everyone does in business. They use the black community to get to a certain level, and then they abandon us. That's what everyone does, man.
I think for most people, if we being honest, I mean, I'm not talking about like I'm talking about people who really striving and they always start off on like this black business thing. The point is to sell out. That's you want to sell out to, if they get acquired by CNBC tomorrow, that's the whole point of this thing.
Well, all right, those are different words and like terminology.
Well, when you say drop the black thing,
no. I'm talking about like you saying sell out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
selling the business in comparison to selling out. These are
I'm not even necessarily using sell out as a purely negative connotation. I'm just saying
That's
He's
what I'm
talking about
getting-
selling the business. He's talking about
Yeah.
selling the business.
Right. All right. So I guess audience wise, I'm just making sure that you clarify the point.
Yeah. And I think Rashad is trying to figure out how to maneuver. Well, if this thing is just a black thing, I can't take this to CNBC. Like it got.
It's similar to the Joe Budden situation. Like if you listen to Joe Budden from the beginning versus like the later years, he's got a huge emphasis on like, no, this is a broadcast. This isn't a podcast. This is a broadcast. This is a network. This is more than just a regular, like he because when you go to the table to have business conversations and you branded yourself as something that doesn't have a lot of value in the market, then you go back home and you like, damn, I gotta rebrand this. I gotta figure out how to make sure that I have more value. And I think Joe Budden is a prime example of somebody who hit a ceiling but then broke through and established like true independent value. Like that's one thing I respect about Joe Budden from that respect. But it's I'm seeing similar here to like Joe Budden's Spotify era is what I'm seeing right here. It's like clearly you frustrated, clearly you feel like there's another opportunity here, but you're being labeled or classified as something that is what you feel reducing your overall value versus what you're actually worth, and you're not able to command what you're worth in the market. That to me is what he's mad at over everything.
It sounds like he's mad at himself. I believe him when he says this was never meant to be a black thing. I think he was forced to go that route because that was the only way he was going to make money. So I think he's really just mad at himself.
Right, and if I'm not sure how to word this, but their whole value was based on the fact that there was a lack of financial education going on in the black community.
Oh no,
right? So
that's what EYL was built off of.
Right. So to think about it though, so I don't think they can go to the next level because white folks don't need their information. White folks already got it.
They got David Ramsey.
Right. They got Warren Buffett. They got the people making real money. You know what I mean? So like who else would be their next target audience? You know what I mean? I guess I hate to say it, but like Latinos, like who would be? Because I mean, you can't go to white folks. They got their own people for that. So I think maybe they realize. I'm not gonna say they hit a ceiling. I ain't gonna say that, but I don't think that is any quote unquote crossing over to other communities because they got their own people with money that they talk to.
Exactly.
They got to go to Africa.
That's what they trying to do. They trying to go.
Oh, there you go.
They got to go to Africa and they got to go to Caribbean. That's why he was trying to talk like, oh, these people going to Europe, but they not going to Africa. It's like, no shit, nigga. Like nobody's saving up all that money to lead a country for the first time and go somewhere underdeveloped. And you ain't
they had a year, bro, where they was on Ghana till crazy year.
But that's after they maxed out Europe already. That was my point. It's like they didn't start there. They ended up there after their first. Like if you from the US, bro, and I say this all due respect to Africa, bro, I wouldn't recommend Africa be your first out of the country experience unless you are getting taken care of when you touch down. Like people you know who, like you're gonna get there, people gonna pick you up, take you where you need to go. Like
Africans say that. Africans say don't go by yourself if you don't know nobody there. They say it.
Especially for your first. So it's like if you leave if you the average nigga in the US and you saving up bread to leave the country for the first time, yeah, nigga, you gonna target Europe or the Caribbean or something that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that they was trying to shame. It's like, nah, like that makes sense. Like, why would you encourage someone to go? It's like just because you are of a certain ability in Africa don't mean the average person is gonna go over to have them same connections and resources. It's like, let's be honest. Like when people do enterprise in Africa, they talk about how it's like, oh, it's just all this opportunity, but talk about the risk and how hard it is to make people acknowledge contracts and do good business and see that through and try to take someone to court, take them to sue them, or like, bruh, it's tough trying to be an entrepreneur in Africa. And most niggas who really, really try to do that will tell you it's not worth the time or effort.
And isn't this audience like the main demographic, medium class, middle class?
I wouldn't even say that, man. You got to think this a podcast that start with people funding your account with $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes we like to think that like everybody is there, but like a lot of the people who watching it, it is aspirational. It
And when you
is
consider what's middle class today, they definitely not mid. Like,
yeah.
they not at that level.
Exactly.
They lower. I don't even want to say class, but they not at that middle income percentile.
Because like let's be real. Like we also need to be honest about it. Real black people with middle class, upper middle class money don't need earn your leisure.
Right.
Like that's just they gonna just be in a different world where they parents and a family. Because else did they family become upper class, upper middle class? They parents had to have some understanding of like finances, and they in Jack and Jill, you know.
They probably of a more upper network type folk. That's
Like,
probably true.
Earn your leisure is a you don't know nothing about nothing finances, and then you found the podcast and you're like, damn, they got Wall Street Trap on here. That's a catchy name. Let me see what he talking about. That I could relate to that. 19 Keys. 19 Keys got the Tupac / Malcolm X thing going on. Let me see what he talking about.
See, I think they know that they got a ceiling, and I think they know. I think they're trying to figure out what's next, and I think that they realize that they aren't valuable to other communities as they are to us. And I'm be real, I think that kind of frustrates
to the black community. That's the issue.
I think that frustrates them. I think that is frustrating.
Do they think that they as far as I really don't know a lot about them, but I'm listening to what y'all saying. So y'all got the guys that's on here, and what it sounds, he just sounds arrogant to me. But is he upset because he's like at his ceiling or something? Because he seems to be mad at people for liking him or not like. I don't. What is his whole gripe about? Because he seemed like he's saying one thing, like I've been for the black community, but I'm not for the black community. How can you? Which one is he? Is he for the black community or not for the black community?
That's essentially what we highlighting is that he got a lot of contradictions going on.
But this the thing. Say getting 30,000 or 50,000 people to an event is your peak. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
If you can just get 30,000 people to come, and you saying it's just black people, and it's 30,000 people, it's people who got conferences for all types of people and can't get 30,000 people with that motherfucker, man.
I mean, you can't get 300. Like what are we talking about? Like you getting tens of thousands of folks to whether they show up or not, but to pay for tickets that you get to say like these are paid registrants for the conference. That's all that matters.
Can I just jump in for a second? For him saying 30,000, right? 30,000 is a lot of people. But I'm gonna just put it to a perspective like this right here. I know y'all don't look wrestling and not like this, but you got the WWE. Now they normally do 75,000, but they get 30,000. That's a lot of people for them. Now we talking about something that's worldwide, not just what I'm saying. Even though they just marketing towards black people, if you getting 30,000 and you getting the same amount of people going to an event as far as like WrestleMania, come on, bruh. You doing good numbers. Am I correct or what? Because you understand what I'm saying? Those are good numbers.
Don't compare them to WWE though, because WWE is doing that 3 days a week. You want to compare them to the lower level wrestling federations.
You talking about like AEW or something?
Yeah, those
but what I'm saying is
TNA.
TNA, okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if WrestleMania only got like 33,000 people there this year. But this is the number one from WWE. If you're doing WWE numbers coming to your convention, you need to shut the fuck up. For real. You should. Because you know what I'm saying? You're not worldwide. We talking about a worldwide traded company here. Only did 30,000. So, what is he looking for? Who that 30,000, even if that's the peak, that's good. That's good numbers. What and him going to Africa, what the hell he gonna get out of Africa?
And they got EYL Africa also.
Yeah, they in
Oh,
everything.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
Lord.
I do wonder if there's a frustration like I gotta deal with these niggas. I want to get another audience. I want to get another demographic, but the way things set up right now in this world, I got to deal with these niggas, and I wonder if that's part of the frustration too.
Yeah,
Like
he
wanting to
tired.
be.
All of it.
Tired.
That's all of it.
But you can't like. It's just what you want to pay attention to, bro. You got 30,000 people that show up to your event, and you up making whole YouTube videos about the people who didn't show up to the event, who talking smack about it on YouTube. I just feel like that's like unappreciative to the 30,000 people that came to your event. To even like let that register. It's like it don't matter what the fuck y'all saying. 30,000 people still came to this bitch.
If you ain't got haters, you
And
ain't nobody.
to
Or
address
registered.
it to address it as if those few people who had something negative to say about you represent all black people is crazy. Because if we being honest about it, if black people really didn't fuck with y'all, y'all would have been counseled a long time ago. Because y'all have put some scammers on. Y'all have put some people on who didn't lost people a lot of money. And not only did y'all not take no real hit for that, y'all bigger than ever. So I just
I'm
don't
with
get
you.
it.
I'm with you. You
They-
gotta look at it positive, man.
all them black influencer dudes, Boyce and all them should have been EYL should have been cooked after that Jay Morrison stuff.
Oh
Everybody who was running around pushing him should have been cooked after that. But
What
that
Jay
ain't what
Morrison
happened.
do?
Hey, everybody put him on though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not how the black community said that's what happened. Sometimes we understand it. Sometimes that's what happened. So like this idea that like people ain't rocking with them and ain't rolling with them is crazy. Or when you put him 500 on there, who exposed
There
that,
you go.
hey, we paying 50,000 to go on these shows, and we ain't showed them
paywall.
no books or nothing.
What's
He
his beef with Isaac Hayes Jr.? What did Isaac Hayes Jr. do to him?
he made a little video. Just kind of critiquing him or whatever.
But it was based off of what he said though, right?
Yeah, it was based off what he was said. Yeah, it was based off what he said. Yeah, because really, if we being honest
That's
about
the
it,
issue. He said it.
they running all of the podcasts, the big ones. It's in radio you can't do payola. Podcasts ain't governed by that same law, them same type of rules.
No, you could pay. You could pay
You could
podcast.
pay, and this is the and the more people you can get to watch your channel, view it. That means you could command more money from the people who come on the podcast. So if you getting 10,000 live viewers a day, you do however they do their calculation. That means one appearance for me, you need to pay me XYZ amount of money. That's just the game.
I just you're right, Steve, because I have been watching a podcast, and the dude said I'm not gonna go live till I get so much money before I go live or whatever. So that is kind of like payola, right? For you to pay for him to go. Yes, so you're right. I understand, but
Payola is the artist pays the radio.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what payola is. I know.
In this instance, it'll be the guest. So you done had a lot of dudes on here on EYL, especially in the early days. Now it makes sense kind of how they got on there because him 500 did a podcast and exposed. He said he had never met Gilly the Kid, paid him $50,000. And the first word out of Gilly's mouth when he went on the podcast was, this is what Gilly said to open up the podcast. I'm about to introduce y'all to a guy who done made me millions of dollars. A nigga he ain't never met. A nigga he ain't never met.
Hey, you gotta read 50 G's. Read this right here. That is a crazy game. But it's only a matter of time until they're gonna have to be held accountable. It's only a matter of time. But for right now, it's the Wild Wild West.
Right, because I don't think nobody was expecting this podcast stuff to be like this. We understand radio. we kind of understand. We even understand like normal social media better than this. But you don't know who getting paid to go on here to say what. You don't know what's going on.
As soon as the government can find a way to make it to where somehow you have to register to be in a podcast or something like that, where they could get some tax money out of it or whatever, they're gonna put all kind of stipulations and shit on podcasts the same way they do with anything else. They just haven't figured a way to where it has to be, where it's illegal for you to have like you know what I'm saying, the podcast for your own. You have to have like the same way they did with drone planes and everything else. Sooner or later they're gonna come into play and go get them some money out of everything. You know, y'all not gonna be able to do this for much longer. Without them, if it's making that much money, the government coming for it. They're gonna come for it sooner or later. But
the thing is that the government already got it under control because of the platforms in which these things are hosted. So it's like,
okay,
it's like the cheat code is if you somehow build your own platform and go direct to the audience, where you don't have to use a YouTube or you don't got to use a Twitch or something like that.
Is that like what Isaac Hayes is doing, like far as in getting his
He
own,
got his own social platform. Yeah, he's trying to build his own.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But even still, like I said, it's like it's too many options. Like for folks to do what we would consider AM radio at the end of the day. Like,
yeah.
All you gotta do is just get on the internet, and these platforms, you can build communities. Like it's nothing that the government can really do at this point other than tax the communities or the platform.
But Joe Budden getting a lot of that bread through Patreon. I'm pretty sure the government already tapped in on that Patreon money.
But that's what I'm saying. Patreon is a platform, so that means you're getting you're getting some kind of paperwork where that platform verifies how much money was made through your subscriptions, right? Like you're not gonna be able to escape, like, because Patreon gonna have to report their income and align with what they paid out to you. And you running a multi-platform model. You got your content on Patreon, you got it on YouTube. But what Joe Budden did do recently was create his own website. I haven't been to it, but he's got his own website, and he's trying to funnel people to his website. He's thinking about it the right way, but that takes a lot of influence to move people off of like a common platform like a Spotify, YouTube, Patreon, which he did move people to Patreon. I give him that credit, but if he move all these same audience to his website, this nigga really the GOAT for real.
85 South been had their website for years, so they've been funneling everything through their own website for at least definitely 3 years.
South through there, I ain't gonna lie.
What'd you say?
85 South.
No, I said that I have not watched 85 South through there at all. Anytime I've watched him, it's been through YouTube.
Well, true.
Yeah, YouTube, man. YouTube hitting these boys in the head. You know that you saw they raised their numbers like last week.
Getting people to actually go to your platform from the place that they always feel comfortable is tough.
What numbers did they raise?
So YouTube to like get monetized, they upped all like the requirements to be actually like a monetized. So it's harder to get monetized now.
They raised the requirements.
Yeah,
they always changing that thing up and down. I remember when you didn't have to have any.
Yeah.
And then, they just that's just so they can make more money off of you.
But that's because they know they got a monopoly. Like they know essentially YouTube is a podcast monopoly. Like they ain't gotta pay nobody to be on this motherfucker. Spotify and them gotta pay $100 million to get a motherfucker to come over there and whatnot. You know, Twitch gotta pay motherfuckers $20 million to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, if you break on YouTube, you broke on YouTube, and then they gonna push you because they gonna show the ads, they gonna make the money, whatever.
And even if you on those other platforms, you still got to be up here.
Yeah, you still got to be on YouTube.
Yep.
Mm.
So YouTube is a loss leader at this point.
Yeah.
They got a monopoly. And then you gotta also understand, like, for Google, the information they collect by everybody being on YouTube is valuable.
Yeah.
So they don't. I mean, it's really like whether they make money off your podcast or not. That's not really the point of Google. The point of Google is to collect information. Like, that's what Google is, a business that's based off how much information they can collect. And so whatever medium they can use to collect information, whether that's through YouTube, whether that's through AdSense, whether that's through Google searches, AI Gemini, YouTube Music, they don't care. They just want to aggregate as much data as possible to build profiles on you, so then they can sell you products, or they can sell that data to people who want to sell you products.
It's an ad revenue business.
Yeah,
model.
like this.
Yeah, they grab the data so that they can do more valuable advertising pitches to say, hey, look, you want your product with 65-year-old women who live in this area, who work in this such and such, that they got all that shit indexed to where they can really deliver from an advertising perspective. That's how they make their bread.
I'm telling you, like, a lot of people be like, oh shit, I think my phone listening to me. Nah, they didn't build a profile on you that's so fucking good.
So good, yeah.
They know the next thing you want to fucking buy, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And that going to that, people going to different sites, that stuff was early 2000s. That's never going to happen again. I was working for a radio station in LA, and they was trying to do their own own website, on YouTube and all that stuff. I'm like, you guys are heading in the wrong direction. Ain't nobody worrying about y'all. And then it took them 5 years to figure it out. They had to lose a lot of money, but they just went with Facebook and YouTube just like everybody else.
But that's the thing. If you figure it out and you actually got a real audience that moves with you,
it's not about just that audience though, because you always want to continue to grow. That's cool if you just have your niche people, but like that's what the big the movie companies, when they all thought they can do what Netflix did, and they realized they can't, and now they trying to lease their content again. Like, it don't work like that. Nobody ain't trying to go to hundreds and hundreds of different locations and addresses. They want to go to one location to get all their aggregated media. So, like, I know he's trying, and that's good for him, but he ain't gonna grow his audience that way. It's the same thing that happened to the Breakfast Club going to Netflix. They didn't grow their audience doing that deal.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Could you want to guess the after show?
I was just waiting and nipping at the buzz for that, because I gotta take my ass home. But with that said, this has been a fun episode. I don't know if we even really got on to the idea of should we still be on the black thing. Maybe if y'all would like to, as we speak about Patreons and other paywalls, join the Unpacked Patreon that doesn't exist yet. You can get you all of the Unpacked after show footage in full. But I think that we will likely discuss that on the after show, and we'll kind of move from there. Maybe it makes it to next week. If not, we'll be talking about white women for a reason that the Discord would like us to. But with that said, y'all see the guys. We all made it here. It's been a fun conversation. Shout out to Invest Fest and all the guys that made it to Invest Fest. I got Quincy pulled up on us. Shout out Steve, Rashad Bilal's number 3 or 4. Like, he's top 5 haters. G, Axis Media. Make sure you stream, like, comment all of the newest updates from the channel. We have Old Man here. Again, this is California Zone. And we talking Unc is in the building. South Carolina by Rock Hill, but he is not a Rock Hill native. He does not suffer from the ailments of the Rock Hillians. And with that said, this has been a fun episode of Unpacked. And we'll be back here next Wednesday, 9:30-ish. And like that, we out. Peace.
Even you.